The following is a presentation of Husker Radio Sports. Your exclusive home for North Platte St. Patrick's Athletics is right here on 1240 AM, 1061 FM, KODY. You can also hear all the action at www.huskerradio.com or on the KODY mobile app, available for free in the Google Play or the App Store. Now let's send it to the voice of the Irish, Tanner Stratton.
Good evening, Irish Nation, and welcome to Pregame, Nebraska on Husker Radio's KODY 1240 AM 1061 FM as we are set up for a high school football matchup in the D1 ranks of a pair of top 5 teams. Tanner Stratton, glad to be with you from Pregame. It's been a long time since I've called a football game in Pregame, about 12 years since the Irish came here to Dundy County Stratton, and tonight they take on a really good opponent in the Dundy County Stratton Tigers. This should be a dandy in the D1 ranks. Welcome into our Quick Stop pregame show. I am Tanner Stratton. Again, we'll be joined with Bill O'Malley coming up in just a few. As we will, we got a great night. It's a little bit of windy. We're outside. We got a little bit of wind. But overall, I think this should be a dandy ball game here. Again, from the Pregame, Nebraska here. So glad you're with us on Husker Radio's KODY 1240 AM 1061 FM as we get set up here. St. Pat's comes in 5-0. The Irish, of course, winners last week over Highline by a score of 50-14. They are looking to, this will be their toughest test of the season so far to this point. The Dundy County Stratton Tigers are 4-1 on their season. A tough loss, their only loss of the season coming last week to the Arapahoe Warriors, a team that St. Pat's will see in just a couple weeks. And this will be one of 2 final games of the regular season, believe it or not, for the Irish. Their season is shorthanded pretty quickly. Southern Valley next week. Kicked off the schedule. They forfeited the rest of the year, so it's just tonight and then a home game in 2 weeks against the Arapahoe Warriors to set your seed for the postseason and get into the postseason. Welcome in, Mr. Bill O'Malley, to the broadcast. Good evening. Welcome into the wind.
Yeah, it's a little breezy down here. It's a pleasant day as far as temperatures. We've dealt with mostly heat, but tonight we certainly have the wind. Yeah,
which, I guess we'll take wind in the elements out here as we are over rain and things like that we've had before. So it's actually, we're kind of fortunate here to be able to bring you this ball game here tonight from Pregame. Get a matchup of 5-0 Irish, Dundy County Stratton 4-1. Coach, 12-some years ago we came here. The last time the Irish won at Dundy County Stratton, 2012, the last time they played here. You and I was our first year together. So it's been a while since the Irish, they played in 2013 back at Knights of Columbus, but this has been lost on the schedule, and the Tigers dropped down to 8-man, but back on now. And since really that time, this is a different program than what we saw last time.
Yeah, in the tail end of Dundy's 11-man days, it was pretty rough. And then when they made the transition, it was a pretty quick ascension, and they've been able to really maintain it. This has been one of the top 8-man programs in the state over the past several years.
Mike Spargo, he's in his 10th year. He's got a 78% win percentage. And you talk about what they have done. He's won a title in that time. He's done phenomenal. I mean, they've been a playoff team in every year of his 10 years, and they weren't sniffing the playoffs prior to that. So he's done a phenomenal job. And it's not just coaching. He's got some players. There's no doubt about that. Guys like Ethan Latta's a really good player. Dante Horner's their quarterback. The Horner name has been good for Dundy County Stratton, and it continues to be. There's also a freshman, Breck Horner, who's pretty solid. They got some good wideouts, but a lot of it goes through Ethan Latta. We'll get into that coming up in just a little bit. Of course, the Irish, they've already been playing shorthanded for a lot of the year, missing several players, including, but good news, kind of a good news, bad news situation from the injury front. Ben Heirigs is suiting up and playing here today. Bad news is Jackson Nicely is not. He is going to be held out for this game due to some quad soreness. Found that out this morning. So that's a big change. Obviously a two-way starter. It's a big loss for the Irish tonight.
Yeah, you can't take an athlete like that out of the lineup and replace him directly. I think, he's a guy that's a big play type guy, explosive athlete, and has, I think I've really been impressed the last couple of weeks the way he's defended. I think he's done a good job of closing to the ball and being physical in that area too. So that's going to be a difficult thing to fill in there.
Two-way starter, of course, and Replacing him in the backfield will be Mason Giebler. I think the defense is where they're going to probably miss him more because that's a spot that's getting kind of young. A lot of sophomores going to be in that defensive core. We'll talk about all that coming up. It is our Quick Stop pregame show. Heck, they're right here in Benkelman even. Quick Stop's everywhere. You know that. Quick Stop just around every corner. Fast, easy, convenient with 6 locations in North Platte, locations in Ogallala, Hershey, Grant, Imperial, right here in Benkelman. It is Quick Stop on the road to everywhere. Our pregame continues on. We're about 25 minutes away from kickoff between St. Pat's and Dundy County Stratton. We'll take a time out here from the head coach himself and come back with more pregame from Benkelman on Husker Radio.
We're always something right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the DinoPay app. DinoPay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings. The Sinclair DinoPay saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Quick Stop.
Buying a car? It's not always the most pleasant experience, but it doesn't have to be that way. 23 years. That's how long Premier Toyota has been in North Platte community, delivering a car buying experience that's friendly, easy, and fun. Check PremierAutoplex.com first, then stop by your lot at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte. Come see us. Premier Toyota for your next new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Premier Toyota at PremierAutoplex.com.
When injury or trouble finds you, what do you look for in a lawyer? How about someone with over 30 years experience handling civil lawsuits and criminal cases right here in western Nebraska? How about someone who doesn't charge you for every stamp and envelope or bill you for every fraction of an hour spent working on your case? How about someone who will actually talk with you and meet with you about your case? You can have all that by calling me, Marty Trushinsky, at 534-4837.
Welcome back on Husker Radio's KODY 1240 AM 1061 FM. We are back here in Benkelman as we get set up for North Platte, St. Pat's, and Dundy County Stratton, a top 5 matchup. But let's back up. Coach Kevin Dodson here as we back up to Highline, 50-14 win last week. Got your 5th win of the season. Kind of a slower start, and I know we talked in the postgame is, you had a week off, and maybe I say slow start. You scored on every drive but the first one. You had a big run called back from a penalty. Maybe a phantom penalty, if you ask me. And then you had, so that drive could go very differently. You have a botched punt, which doesn't happen very often. So slow start, but kind of some quirky things that happened. Overall, though, you got things going and scored on your next 3 drives before half, and then put it away in the second half.
Yeah, I thought it took us a while. I thought to knock the rust off, but I thought once we did that, I thought we were executing pretty well and playing a good game.
St. Pat's 50-14 win. They made you grind it out. I mean, that was a team that they were dropping like flies, but when they were all in there, they played pretty hard.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we saw on film. They pushed everyone that they played this season early in the game, and so we felt like if we could weather that effort from them and execute well, that we would be okay in the second half, and it seemed to work out that way.
Jackson 3 touchdowns, 93 yards. I thought Mason ran really well as well. Those two kind of 1-2 punch right now, and they offer different things. And what are those things? I mean, what do you see from those two that aren't the same?
Well, I think Jackson obviously he's got that speed and he can get to the outside and go. But Mason's not slow either. And so I think with Jackson, one of the things that we really would like to see him do is just use his size, hit that hole, and make one cut and go. And Mason has I think his strength is his vision. He sees the field pretty well and can make good things happen.
St. Pat's 50-14 win last week over a Highline, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention obviously the news that you're not going to play again next week. You got your second game, a 4-foot win with Southern Valley, which. Yeah, I don't know. Do you recall a year where you lost 2 regular season games?
No, this is the first time that's happened to us, and it's unfortunate. These kids work awful hard, and the reward is to be playing on Friday night, and that's an opportunity that's lost, and I really don't like that, but that's just the state of where we are, and I feel for those teams that have to make that decision. That's an incredibly difficult decision for a coach, a community, and a school to say, "Hey, our season's over." And we're very fortunate. We have high participation rate here, and we feel like that's always been a strength for us, and hopefully that never happens.
Yeah, and when it happened against Alba, it happened on I think a Thursday morning. So you had that whole week of practice. You didn't really have. You were already in game week for most of the week. Now, next week, we don't have anything to play for this week. And so that's a little different, I'm sure. It's a challenge for you.
Yeah, it is. But, also, too, we're going to finish the season with Arapahoe. We know they're a playoff caliber team. And we were going to have a short week preparing for them, actually just about 2 days. So this gives us a little more time to maybe get rested, heal some bumps and bruises, and really put together a thorough game plan.
And also you'd mentioned participation numbers. That's something you've always been able to. You've had some small teams, but also small boy counts in those years. You've always had, I'd say much higher than average participation levels, and that's a culture thing.
Yeah, I think you're right, and we're proud of that. We want every boy out for football, and we want them involved in our program, and that's just important in the development of a team. And you got to get those young guys out, and they've got to put 2 or 3 years in, and before they really start to understand the game and have that game slow down enough for them that they can be successful on a Friday night as a varsity player.
St. Pat's, again, 50-14. They're 5-0. Now they get ready for Dundy County Stratton. The Tigers, we'll take a look at them next.
Are you thinking of selling your farm or ranch property, or just need to know what it's worth for estate planning purposes? Please call me, Jordan Mawson, at Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers for a free, no-obligation opinion of value on your property. I have a lifetime of agricultural experience and have been helping clients buy and sell land for over 10 years. Selling land is a big and sometimes tough decision, so understanding the many factors at play in today's market will help you make a sound decision for the best possible outcome. Look me up on Facebook or on my agent profile at lashleyland.com.
Lincoln County Feed Yard reminds you, when it's time to eat Nebraska beef. Real food for real people. It's pro-America and pro-Nebraska. The Lincoln County Feed Yard is a proud supporter of the North Platte St. Patrick's Athletics. Eat beef tonight and go Irish.
Fall is back and so are sports, which means you need food and a family atmosphere to enjoy them with.
You know where to go. Dave's Place.
The best pizza, cold drinks, and wings. Oh boy, do we have wings. Bone-in, boneless, with 16 different sauces, including our new dry rubs, like blue cheese, honey barbecue, and lemon pepper.
Dave's Place, your next hangout or your big game on East 4th Street in North Platte.
Also offering carry-out and DoorDash.
It's Dave's Place.
Whoop, whoop.
Are you tired of gathering that same old bull off the neighbors? Or maybe you can't even enjoy some privacy in your own backyard? You need to call Lazy TS Custom Fencing of North Platte. We offer barbed wire fencing, continuous fencing, privacy fence, chain link fence, tank setting, snow removal, and any skid loader service required. Lazy TS Custom Fencing, 308-539-9579, and go Irish.
Back here on our Quick Stop pregame show as we talk with Coach Kevin Dodson. Irish with a monster matchup here on the road in Bankelman. Been, I think, 11 years since the last time, maybe 12 years since you've come here to Bankelman. They were an 11-man foe for a long time, but this is what an awesome matchup this is going to be.
Yeah, this is, we're excited about it. It's a great opportunity for our kids. We talked to them about that this week. This is going to be a playoff-type game, right? And we're going to have to travel to go there. What a great opportunity for us to go out, find out where we are as a team, playing one of the powerhouses that in recent memory in 8-man football. And so we know they have great athletes, and they're very well coached. Coach Spargo does a great job, and you'll see that they execute well on both sides of the ball. And I just think it's a great opportunity for us to grow as a football team.
Yeah, under Coach Spargo, they made the playoffs every year since he joined there. And, right before that, their records weren't very good. So he's done a great job. Obviously, he's got a great athletes, and he does again this year, and it starts with Ethan Latta.
Yeah, he's a special kid, and I think he does some things really well. And then they can complement him with other kids back there that are pretty dangerous. And so they like to run a lot of that zone play, and those kids are well trained in what they're doing on the offensive side of the ball. And so we got a work cut out for us, and we've got to know where he is, that young man is at all times.
I was going to say, that zone read, they run that with the quarterback a lot, and he'll keep it. Sometimes even they'll direct snap to Latta when it looks like he's the back. Who does that put pressure on? I'm sure, I would guess they're probably going to run away from Logan's side more often than not. Probably puts some pressure on him to stay home with that quarterback.
Yeah, I think, when you run against a team like this, you have to be very disciplined on the defensive side of the ball. And we've talked about that. And so, you just can't, as Coach A likes to say, you can't go on an island when you're out there on defense. You have to be disciplined in your assignment, and we all have to play together. And that's kind of what we've preached this week, and hopefully the boys will be able to put that out on the field.
First time for me seeing Latta. What's his strength? Is it speed? Is it power? Is it vision?
I think it's speed and power, and he's just a football savvy kid. You can tell that on film. They got a few of those guys that you can just tell they understand football, and so I think that's probably his biggest strength.
Culture has been there. I mean, in 10 years, they've won a title. They've made deep runs in the playoffs. That builds football players.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, Coach Spargo's done a great job down there, and we're excited about it. And we told boys this is why we play Irish football. We want to go out and we want to play the best teams that are out there, and Dundy County is certainly one of them.
You're coming in a little shorthanded. Obviously, Ben Hyrigs is still out, and this week you lost another one.
Well, actually, we got Ben back this week. He came back and has been taking reps for us, and I don't know if he's 100% yet, but he's looking pretty good in practice. And then Jackson Nicely, he suffered an injury at the Highline game and tried to go yesterday, and that just didn't work out for him. And so we're going to give him a little bit more time to nurse that injury back and hopefully have him back at full strength soon.
He's obviously a special running back. Mason, I think, can fill that role. Linebacking core, I mean, that's where it's probably a bigger loss for you.
Yeah, I have complete confidence in Mason and what we're trying to do offensively there. And then, defensively, we're going to have some young guys running around. If you look at it, I think Coach Braithwaite was talking about that last week when you look at our kids, and sometimes you forget that. We've got a lot of youth running around there, a lot of sophomores and a handful, a couple of juniors here and there, and we're down to 3 seniors right now, and so that's certainly exciting, and I think the ceiling's pretty high because those boys are going to keep getting better and better.
Maybe that game off next week comes at a okay time, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see, and hopefully you get Jackson healthy again, and that's going to be a fun game. That's going to be on a Thursday night. That's parents' night, and that's going to be against Arapahoe, and we hope that by the time we get to that part of the season that we're operating a little closer to full strength.
St. Pat's, Dundy County, Stratton. Coach, best of luck.
Thank you.
We'll continue pregame after this.
If it's party time, plan your next occasion at Occasions. Right next to the lake, Occasions can host your next gathering, meeting, party, or simply a get-together. With a full kitchen and outdoor patio, plus tables and chairs, call Mike to book at 227-2602. Occasions of North Platte.
Portable, super quiet, and fuel-efficient Honda EU Series generators are ideal for camping, tailgating, home backup power, and more. All feature Honda's CO Minder carbon monoxide detection system for added peace of mind. Select models include Bluetooth connectivity for wireless control with Honda's My Generator smartphone app. Go with a Honda EU Series generator. It's power you can trust.
We've got the power at Budkeep Power Sports.
Looking for a great place to stay? Visit North Platte's award-winning True by Hilton Hotel. You'll be greeted by their spacious lobby and friendly staff. Play a game of pool or relax by our fire pit as you savor your favorite beverage from our well-stocked pantry, which includes beer and wine. Enjoy the state-of-the-art 55-inch HD television with streaming capabilities. Complimentary breakfast buffet featuring fresh-made pancakes in our large fitness center. Choose the True by Hilton North Platte, conveniently located just off I-80 at exit 179.
Welcome back on KODY 1240 AM 106.1 FM. It is our quick stop pregame show from Dundy County Stratton High School as they host your North Platte St. Pat's Irish here on a football Thursday night. It'll be Thursday night football for the St. Pat's Irish this week. In 2 weeks when they'll play again, and they're in the playoffs Thursday night to start it. So you're going to be playing a lot of Thursdays here for the coming days here for North Platte St. Pat's. Irish 5-0, taking on Dundy County Stratton 4-1. St. Pat's coach coming off the 50-14 win over Highline. You know, we talked to Coach about that it's a little slow start, but, you know, it's kind of a couple plays that thought were kind of quirky. You had a tough holding call on the opening drive that took away a big run by Sutton Tickle. Then you had a fumble punt return that doesn't happen very often. And then it was just not very many possessions in the first half, but they scored on every possession after that. Scored on the first 4 possessions of the second half. So really, all in all, pretty solid win for them. Just maybe a little slow start after a week off.
Yeah, I think so. And from what I understand in talking to the coaches, maybe a little bit of Highline's MO. They've been competitive early in games and just have not had enough to sustain it. And I know in our case, and I think some games earlier, you know, they've had injury problems and things like that and haven't maybe been able to finish as strong as they start, but they've been highly competitive early on in their ball games.
North Platte St. Pat's gets to 5-0. Right before that, of course, had the 4-foot win over Alma. They, of course, kicked off the year with a Bridgeport win, beat Sutherland and Kimball as well. And so, got a nice win. Jackson nicely, 93 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mason Giebler had a really good game, 81 yards and a couple scores. 322 total yards, 256 on the ground. You know, getting a little sluggish start, but I thought efficient with the quarterback play. I thought Sutton played probably his best game as a quarterback through the air, 4 of 5, 66 yards. That was a career high for him. And, you know, they're not asking him to do probably more than that most games. So 4 of 5, 66, pretty solid.
Yeah, I think he did a really nice job, and I think they kind of found something in the pass game, sprinting him out and just that little flip out in the flat, and then let his guys catch it and do their work after the catch. And the other thing that I thought was good to see is we've not over the past really maybe several seasons seen too much of the pitch option in the Veer game, and we saw that a couple times with some really good success, and we know Sutton is good at operating in that pitch and a good runner that has to be respected.
St. Pat's got their 28th straight regular season win with the win last week over the Alma Bulls, and now into the heavy part of this district, D19 district, as they get Dundy County Stratton tonight, Arapahoe in a couple weeks. 2 of the best programs in the area. Let's take a look at this Tiger team. 4-1, coming off of a tight loss to Arapahoe. They opened the season with a tight win over Perkins County 20-16, then beat Bridgeport 40-8. It was a team that Bridgeport didn't have their quarterback Nick Weibert when he got hurt in the St. Pat's game. They beat Sutherland 44-0, then Highline 50-7. But the game that obviously stands out is the big one with Arapahoe just this last week. Lost to them again 26-20, but it was a game. They trailed 8-0 at half. Scored back-to-back to make it a 12-8 game. Then scored, actually ended up scoring 20 in the third quarter. They led 20-14 going to the fourth, but Arapahoe had 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to seal the win. Dante Horner, the quarterback, threw for 169 and 2 touchdowns. Their running back, Ethan Latta, who is a junior, he had 119 yards and a 65-yard touchdown reception. He gave up a lot of yards. Will Casey's a guy that we're going to talk about in a couple weeks with Arapahoe. He had 241 rushing yards. They almost rushed for 300 yards, did Arapahoe in that game. Tough loss, but really just a great game in D1. It was a back-and-forth affair, and, you know, really Dundy County gets maybe another possession. They might win that game.
Yeah, and maybe I think you watched the film of the game, and I'm just going by what I understand and visiting with people who followed it. Maybe a little bit of contrast in styles. I think Dundy County does a lot of short pass game, has some speed and so on, and maybe a little more power rush game from Arapahoe.
This is a young Dundy County Stratton team. That's the thing that stands out to me. It's been a program, we're going to talk about that in a moment, that's really had a lot of success, but this is a fairly not rebuilding year, because a lot of these guys did play last year. Only 3 seniors, 1 that starts. It's going to be a very good team, because this is a monster junior class, 12 juniors on the roster. Your quarterback, your running back, your wideout, your tight end, your both guards, and are all juniors. There's 0 starting seniors on the offensive side. So they're going to be really good. One of those juniors is Ethan Latta. He is fantastic. Latta rushed for 2,000 plus yards last year, 34 touchdowns. He got hurt, tore his ACL in the Howells Dodge playoff game. Rehabbed, comes back for his junior year. He's rushed for 481 yards, 5 touchdowns. Numbers are down from last year, but certainly still very, very good. He's a guy that's got 58 career touchdowns. I mean, he's kind of been their Jackson Roberts over the last several years here for this program. And he's got a quarterback that stepped into a new role. Dante Horner was not the quarterback. They had a senior quarterback last year in Lane Brown. So Horner stepped in and really kept when they do pass, be very efficient. 629 yards, 14 touchdowns, and only 1 INT. That's a lot of that does go to Ethan Latta himself, but very efficient pass game, get their guys in space and let them run. Guys like August Shaw, Kevin Garcia, and Ethan Latta are the main targets. A lot goes through Latta, but that pass game cannot be forgotten about if you're the Irish.
That's right, and just to speak to Latta a little bit, as far as the caliber of player he is, if I'm not mistaken, I think he might have been an all-state defensive back as a freshman, and that's hard to do, and I think that speaks to what a tremendous athlete he is.
Well, I'll tell you, he's got 22 career interceptions as a junior, halfway through his junior year. 22 is a lot. The record is 28. I think he's got that wrapped up by next year, because I mean that's an incredible stat.
Right, and I think, you know, he was injured in the game where they got eliminated against Howells Dodge and in the playoffs, and you know, who knows, that game could have certainly gone differently had he been able to stay in there. So that was a big loss for him, but he's obviously, from what he's doing this year, he's fully recovered.
It'd be interesting to see how the Irish secondary, how they can do, because that's going to be a key part. Ben Hyrigs is back in that secondary, though. That's good to see. I think we're going to see some movement. I think it shows Sutton Tickle's versatility. He's a guy that's playing on the D end, but he can play linebacker. Coach said he might even play in the secondary as well, so which is where he used to be. So you're going to see him kind of go all over the place. That defense, that's where the worries, I think, are at without Jackson nicely in this game, more so than on the offensive side. Not putting down what he does on the offensive side, but I think they feel pretty good about his backup on offense.
Yeah, I think that's very true. And as you said, I think there are capable guys defensively, but maybe you have to shuffle the deck a little bit and move people around some and have people playing in different spots, and that's an adjustment, and it's particularly a difficult adjustment when you have a team that's going to kind of use the whole field the way we anticipate the Tigers.
North Platte St. Pat's 5-0, Dundy County Stratton 4-1. Tanner Struckman, Bill O'Malley, glad to be with us. And by the way, before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Mr. O'Malley, because he didn't know until he showed up that he was going to be doing some video producing for us here. Our video producers are off tonight. I know, good luck to Thomas Hyrigs. He had a football game tonight, and Elijah Hyman couldn't make it. So I think last time he did this was
a disaster.
I don't want to say it, but it was the last time the Irish lost in the regular season. You may remember that. It was the Hastings St. Cecilia game. No, you did a fantastic job. So you're going to do a great job for us tonight. So give him a little, give him a quarter to settle in a little bit here. But we got a good view. Thankfully it's a nice night, because otherwise in the elements might be kind of an interesting night. We're out on this top part of the patio behind the Dundy County Stratton fans. There's a lot of them around us here, so it's kind of an interesting, different setup. But they've a lot of success. This is a program, I wanted to mention this, what they've done in Coach Spargo's time. They were 3-5 in 2014, which was the first year that St. Pat's did not play them. Since then, 59-17. Every year in the playoffs. First round the first 3 years, then quarters, then semis, then won a state title. They've been in the quarters the last 3 years, so it's an unbelievable run. He's obviously a very good coach. He's obviously had some great athletes, but he's done a phenomenal job with this program in his 10 years.
Yeah, this has been quite a run that they've put together, and it's kind of gone across all sports to some degree, and football's been especially strong. And I think worth mentioning that they put a player in the NFL.
That's exactly right.
So that'll help some.
Yeah,
if you got somebody like that.
Right. That doesn't happen too often in the 8-man ranks. So it's been obviously a very good program, and they got another really good one here this year. Should be a fun one here from Dundy County Stratton High School. Wrap up on our Quick Stop pregame show. We'll come back with kickoff between the Irish and the Tigers. Coming up next.
Have you heard the news? Enrollment is up at North Platte Catholic Schools, and we're excited to keep growing. I'm Enrollment Director Gwen Covey, inviting you to see what the buzz is all about. Join us and experience the difference a faith-filled education can make for your child. We're proud of our caring teachers, challenging curriculum, commitment to service, and daily focus on faith. An education at NPCS is an investment you won't regret. Call today to schedule a tour, 532-1874.
When it comes time to honor the life of your loved one, it's all about the relationship. Adams and Swanson Funeral Home will help you celebrate that bond with assisting you and your family with all services, ceremonies, grief support, and pre-planning. Learn more by visiting adamswanson.com or by calling 532-2044.
Putting your family first.
At Phelps Family Dentistry, we always go the extra mile for our patients. Whether it's helping them conquer their dental anxiety or helping them achieve the smile they've always dreamed of, our team strives to make sure every patient feels like family. Call 534-4040 to schedule your appointment or visit us on the web at phelpsdds.com. We would like to also wish St. Pat's Irish good luck this sports season.
Putting your family first.
CT Computer Services in North Platte is your one-stop computer shop, offering PC and Mac repair, in-shop, on-site, and remote services available for your home or business. And they also offer PC sales and service of major brands like Dell, new and refurbished units in stock, and even custom-built PCs. Prices for every budget starting at less than $300. CT Computer Services at Phillips and Willow in North Platte. Call 534-3628. CT Computer Services, your IT guys.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Allo Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
Welcome back to Dundy County Stratton High School. Tanner Struckman, Bill O'Malley. It is 7:01 Central Time. You're listening to KODY North Platte with translator K291BW North Platte and 106.1 FM. CT Computer Services on the corner of Phillip and Willow offers Tune-Up Tuesdays, where all in-shop services are half price at CT Computer Services. Technology solved. Tanner Struckman, Bill O'Malley, and you're video producing. I'm running the scoreboard, so there's not going to be down and distance on there because I don't have the time to do that, but I will do my best. Text me if the score gets wrong, and I'll do my best to pass that along. St. Pat's going to return this one. White uniforms. Dundy County Stratton in the it's like a maroon jersey with white numerals, gold helmets. They'll kick off left to right on your radio dial as you hear it here from Bakeman, Nebraska. Teeing it up for the Tigers is number 5, Dante. I believe it's actually Kevin Garcia. Yes, I think it is Garcia. Back deep, no Jackson Nicely, of course, tonight. Mason Giebler, Ben Heirigs back there for the green and gold, and the ball is kicked left to right. You're going to see some kickoffs here. Irish got a chance. That ball go through the hand of Ben Heirigs into the end zone for a touchback. So a touchback, and I think that's a part of the game the Irish usually have a lot of success at. In fact, the last 2 times they played the Tigers of Dundy County Stratton, 2012 and 2013, they returned the opening kickoff. This time didn't work, but they'll start at their own 15.
Yeah, and that kick obviously, I mean, maybe could have been handled, but got a pretty good boost from this northeast wind.
So here comes Sutton Tickle, 6 foot, 170-pound junior, 8 of 10 on the year, 106 yards, and a couple touchdowns. His deep back will be Mason Giebler, who takes over the starting duties, 255 rushing yards, 12 yards per carry, and 7 scores. His fullback is Xavier Pieper. They're work right to left in your radio dial from the 15. Deep back gets it right side. Giebler has a room, and then he's going to be wrapping up, but he fights for an extra yard. Brock Bailey brings him down. That's a good first down carry, 6 yards for the junior I-back.
Yeah, just a real basic start with the ISO there. Xavier Pieper is fullback, leading him into the hole. Good quick hitter there by Mason. He gets to the hole very quickly.
Offensive line shows Emilio Demas, Braxton Richards, and Weston Hammond, along with Logan Dodson, the right tight end. Trey Formansky running the plays in the left tight end for the Irish. 6 yards. There was a nice hole off that right side for the Irish on that play. Second down and 4. Ball at the Dundy County Stratton 21-yard line as Tickle gets him set. We're 40 seconds into this top 5 battle. Giebler gets another carry off the right side. He'll dive to the first down stick. He'll be close. And we'll have to see. It should be pretty easy to decide. I think it's going to be a first down, though. His ball's right on the line, so it should be a first down, and it is.
Yeah, he had him on the plus side of the line there with the right foot mark. Well blocked. Good quick hitter again, just straight ahead running by Mason, and good execution there by the Irish on the first couple of plays.
Giebler with 50 rushing yards in the last game, or 81 rushing yards last week. He had 100-plus yard game in the second game of the year. He's a very quick back and shifty, has good vision. He's the deep back on 1st and 10 from the Tiger 25-yard line. Fullback gets a carry. That's Xavier Pieper. He's tripped up. He's going to get 3. Got a good push again, but got tripped up just enough. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Good physical run inside there by Xavier. Kind of got tripped up, but a plus yardage, and you know, if you're the Irish, that's what you're after, is just to really establish the line of scrimmage and try to have some consistency in that run game.
Xavier's 32nd carry. He's averaging 4.6 yards per carry on the season, doing exactly what they want from that fullback spot. Ball here at the Irish 29-yard line. Opening drive, minute and a half gone, 4th play of it. Tickle gets him set. The junior sweeps right side for Mason Giebler. Has some room. Flag comes in. Can be ran out of bounds. To short gain. There's also a flag right at the line of scrimmage. This is where it's thrown. Likely going to be a hold on the offense. We'll see. No, it's a chop block on the Irish. That's a big penalty.
Yeah, and chop block, just to explain a little bit, when the defender's engaged, up high and another blocker engages him low, then that's a chop block because it's risky as far as injury.
So they're talking to Coach Spargo on the sidelines. I would guess he's going to accept this penalty here and set up 2nd down and long here. So they're going to back the Irish all the way up inside the 20-yard line, back to the 15-yard line. So for the Irish, it'll now be 2nd down and 20. First down's just outside of the 35 on our side of the field. So not exactly how you want to start this opening drive if you're the Irish. It's not a down and distance. It's real favorable for the offense of St. Pat's, averaging 343 yards, 317 on the ground. They like to run the ball. 2nd and 20. It might change the game plan a little bit. I formation behind Tickle this time. He will turn. Run counter off the near side. It's Mason Giebler. Big hit. Ball came out. Tigers right there. And I think Dundy County Stratton came up with the ball. They did. He was hit hard and coughed it up. Lane Bybee gets it. That's the first fumble of the season by the offense for St. Pat's. They turn it over at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's a difficult one. He got a pretty good gain in there at 6, and then on the end he had his shoulders low, and the defender just got under him and put a pad right on the ball and just popped it loose.
So 9:31 to go in the opening quarter. Irish offense had 1 turnover all year. That was against Bridgeport, an INT. So turnover number 2 for this offense. And out comes the Tiger offense from the Irish 20. What a gift here for Dante Horner and Ethan Latta. They're the pistol set here. Horner receives it, gives it. Quarterback keeper himself off the right side. Got a room to the 10. He's down to the tripped up at the 6-yard line. Mason Giebler with a nice tackle in open space, but a big-time run on that far side for the quarterback Horner, who faked it to Latta, who drew a lot of attention.
Really good ball handling there by Horner. Yeah, he delayed even a little bit after the fake to Latta, and of course I'm sure the Irish are well schooled that Latta's kind of their go-to guy, and he drew a lot of pursuit, and then Horner was able to get the edge.
Now you see Latta in the backfield with his own wildcat formation from the 7. Keeper for him up the middle. He gets knocked down right away. Great play in there. Coughing up, taking up a lot of room. Braxton Richards in there, able to beat his offensive lineman. Might have lost a yard. There is a flag as well. It was a hold on the Tigers. That's a very quick play for a hold. And Irish either have 2nd down and goal from about the 8 off the loss of 1, or they'll bring them back, and they will. So the Tigers' first penalty, both teams with an early penalty, moves it back to the 15-yard line here.
That's going to be 1st and goal for the Tigers at the 15-yard line.
Should be at the 17, though. Line of scrimmage was the 7. Unless it was ahead of the play.
It could have been. It might have been downfield, although there wasn't much downfield there.
That seems unlikely to me. But either way, 1st and goal at the 15-yard line now. So Horner back to the quarterback. Latta on his left hip. They direct snap to him, though. He's off the right side. Latta getting tracked down from behind. Xavier Pieper with a great play. The sophomore gets his 4th tackle for loss. Back at the 17-yard line. Great read by number 21.
You said it. That was a great play by Xavier, and it's one thing to kind of sniff it out, but it's a whole nother thing to be able to chase it down, and you're chasing down one of the faster guys you're going to see all year, and Xavier did a good job of getting a good angle and really closing on him.
It's a unique formation too, because he lines up as the back on the hip, but they direct snap it to him off to the side a little bit. Saw that on film. 2nd down and 17 here, or goal from the 17, I should say. Twins to the far side. This time, Latta's the left wing. Horner in the gun. Low snap. He's going to have to fall on it back at the 20-yard line. Just had to fall right on it. Looked like maybe they were setting up a little screen on the outside for Latta, but a snap wasn't there. It's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 20 now after the loss of 3.
Yeah, I think his center just lost the handle on the ball, and he was back there trying to protect his guy because he knew he tumbled the ball back there.
If you need a thicker, greener, less troublesome lawn, call Jorgensen's Lawn Service at 368-4000 with fertilizer, iron, weed, and insect control. Jorgensen's proudly serves the entire area. Call today for a free estimate, 368-4000. 3rd down and goal from the 20-yard line here for Dundy County Stratton. In the shotgun is Horner, receives a snap, rolls left. Horner has time, still rolling. Pressure now starting to come, throws it, caught to the flat. Not much, maybe a gain of 1 or 2. Another flag comes in late on the backside of the play. Great coverage there out on August Shaw, who has his 14th catch of the year for now. Didn't go for much, though. It's going to be 4th and goal long. It's going to be another hold on the Tigers, and this time, I think you probably decline it and make them go for 4th and goal at the 20 because that didn't gain a yard.
Yeah, that's the play. They're still in a really difficult down and distance situation. Key there was, I thought, was Mason Giebler really had great coverage on Latta. I'm sure that's where they wanted to go with the ball. That's where Horner was looking initially, and then he just dumped it down.
So now 4th and goal at the 19-yard line here for the Tigers. As this drive has gone back, well, gotten forward 1 yard. They have the big carry by Horner of 13 yards, and since then backwards. This time Horner will be the quarterback. Latta is on his left hip, 1 wide out to the near side. Again, 4th and goal at the 19-yard line here in St. Pat's territory. Snap back, step pass, near side caught. They're going to lateral to Latta. Latta trying to dice through now. He's at the 20, cuts back across the green. He's got a corner, and he's going to have Giebler try to track him and cannot. It's a 19-yard touchdown run. Irish overran this side, left the far side wide open, and Dundy County Stratton gets 6 on the board.
Really a shallow hook and lateral there, and got him the ball, and the Irish really did a great job of cutting him off. But of course, when you have a really outstanding athlete, he cuts back, makes a great play, good vision. And I think in that situation, particularly for Latta, he's got to be looking at it that this has got to be a big play. I can't just take the 4 yards that might be over here. And so he broke back the other way, and the Irish really never got to him until right at the pylon.
So now 6-0. They'll go for 2 as they do most of the time. Horner, direct snap back, throws over the middle. It is going to be wide of his target. Intended for Breck Horner. The freshman missed him outside wide, and it's going to remain 6-0. Tigers get on the board, 6-0 after the Irish fumble. St. Pat's ball when we return on Husker Radio.
Ollie, you need to clean up your fishing and hunting gear. It's everywhere.
I'm out of room. I don't have anywhere to put it.
Get some storage at Another Storage. They have sizes for everything.
I already have some there.
Well, get another. Another Storage, 532-1332.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Heading out of town for the weekend or just want your dog to play for a while? Pawsapalooza is your pup's place. Pawsapalooza, owned by Patrick and Rosie O'Neill, is a first-class pet boarding and daycare facility for your pooch. With day camp available Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., trust your dog with them. Full or half days available, along with overnight boarding. Located at 663 Halligan Drive in North Platte. Pawsapalooza, your pet's happy place. Find them on Facebook.
Dundy County Stratton gets a touchdown, and now an end-over-end kick that's going to be taken by the deep back Mason Giebler, his own 8-yard line, across the 10 to the 15. Giebler busts to the outside. Giebler still running, now finally tracked down at the 23-yard line. Good return by number 2. Not many kick returns this season for St. Pat's, and so hoping that turns into an opportunity for maybe for a big play. This one out to the 23. Second drive for the Irish, 6:37 to play in the opening quarter, trailing 6-0.
Yeah, maybe more disappointing in that defensive stand than if they'd have just continued to drive it. The Irish made 2 or 3 really outstanding plays and then give up the big play on 4th and long.
So now second drive for the Irish from their own 23. Pro set, handoff, left side, fullback gets it, takes it, positive gain, and this has been a theme so far through 5 runs. There's been a good push. That's 5 yards.
Right. It's been pretty good, and of course the penalty made it a little rough and got the Irish in a deep hole, and then even after the penalty they had a good gain and were going to kind of give themselves a chance, but of course Tigers forced the fumble. 2nd and 5, maybe almost got 6 out to the 29-yard line. Pro set again behind Tickle, working right to left in the white uniforms. Veer right, handoff, dive back gets it. He'll take it across for a first down. It's a nice run all the way up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 7 yards and a first down for Mason Giebler. Really well done there by Mason, and as you said, pretty consistent push up front for the Irish. And I think if you're looking for a positive here in the early going, you've had a turnover and given up a long play for a touchdown. But there's a real positive, and it feels like the Irish maybe have had the better of it right at the line of scrimmage.
That's a lot of times where it's won. Peyton Kramer, the left tight end, runs the play in here out to the 35-yard line. Irish go back to I formation on 1st and 10. Second first down of the ball game. Hard count got the Tigers on defensive line. All of them jumped. Irish maybe saw something in the first series or even the first couple plays of this drive that maybe they were coming hard on the first snap and took 5 yards free.
Well, and I think if you're the Tigers, you got to be thinking they've been getting to us a little bit on this inside run. We've got to really get off quickly and make first contact, and you fall into that mindset without watching the ball and you get pulled off.
Moves it up to midfield, 1st and 5, handoff right side, Giebler. Giebler will fall forward, gain of 3, maybe 4, spun down there at the 36-yard line by the Tigers. That's a gain of 4, 2nd and 1, kind of open playbook here.
Yeah, and I was thinking the same thing, Tanner, that whenever you have second and very short, you always think, well, you do this or that. I suspect they'll just continue to do what they're doing.
Irish, a lot of times, college team will take a shot at the end zone. I highly doubt that's coming. I would think Coach Dodson would like to just pick up first down. 2nd down and 1, Pieper and Giebler. The backs behind Tickle has him set from the Tiger 36. Play action boot, thrown out to the flat. Caught by Logan Dodson, first down inside the 35. Well, there you go. That's about as crazy as it gets for the Irish offense. They moved the chains through the air on that sprint out.
Yeah, 3 or 4 yard boot pass are really spreading their wings.
Got it down to the 32-yard line here. It's a gain of 4.
But I think in reality, if somebody doesn't run with Logan right there, he gets it turned up, and maybe that is a big play for him.
So now first down and 10 for the Tiger 32-yard line. Pieper gets it up the middle. Big hole again. He's brought down to the secondary by Ethan Latta, but not before he picks up 8 yards, maybe 9, inside the 25-yard line of Dundy County Stratton. Great run by the sophomore of 9.
This has got to be, say, just what the doctor ordered after kind of a disappointing defensive possession there. You come back and really establish the line of scrimmage and just consistently get a push and positive plays.
2nd down and 1. Ball's at about the 22-yard line in Tiger territory. Counter pass out into the flat is open. He's going deeper, though. This one's going to be caught by Trey Formansky, I think, caught that. Inside the 5. Trey's got his first catch of the year. It'll be 1st and goal, Irish.
And that was a good throw because it was pretty tight space and a good hands catch by Trey. Both ends of it really well played.
So that's a gain of, I think they're marking that at about the 6. Nice play there, all the way down to the 6-yard line. About a 16-yard completion for Tickle through the air to Formansky. Again, his first grab of the season, and it's 1st and goal from the 6. Pieper has the fullback. Mason Giebler, the deep back. They will quarterback boot it right side. That's open. If he gets one block, cuts back inside. Sutton Tickle drives it, and he is in for a touchdown. Irish have tied it up 6-6 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, well blocked out there on the perimeter. Sutton just had to make one well-timed cutback and was able to navigate his way there into the end zone.
Sutton Tickle has his second rushing touchdown of the season, and as you said, just what the doctor ordered if you're the Irish, a 7-play, 57-yard drive that ends in a touchdown and ties this game at 6 apiece. And now, Tickle, it's a little chess match here when you've got a tight game on extra points and 2-point conversions. Irish traditionally kick it. This one's blocked. Boy, coming right through, untouched, was August Shaw. It's the second miss of the entire season for this BAT team, and it remains 6-6 ball game. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with 3:35 to play in the opening quarter. St. Pat's and Dundy County Stratton tied at 6.
Change your home, change your life with Mortimer Construction. From remodels to new builds, roofing to flooring, we do it all at unbeatable prices. Visit MortimerConstruction.net. Good luck to tonight's athletes. Keep up the hard work.
Sandhills State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhills State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhills State Bank, member FDIC.
Why take the elevator up to higher lab prices? Patients who see Great Plains healthcare providers, whose offices are in the North Platte Health Pavilion, have federally guaranteed right to choose which lab performs their blood draws and lab tests. Simply tell your Great Plains health provider you want the lab test performed on the first floor of Pathology Services, rather than going up for higher lab prices.
Pathology Services of North Platte. Learn more at pathologyservices.com.
Sutton Tickle to kick it. It's a high end over and kick into the wind, and this is going to be dropped by the two deep backs, then picked up. Irish might overran it a little bit. That time it's going to be ultimately Kevin Garcia. Him and Latta ran into each other to receive that as that went high into the air and had the wind knock it down. Otherwise, it was going to be a touchback, and ultimately Garcia picked it up, took it outside of the 10, maybe the 13-yard line. We do have a flag down, too, that's going to, looks like, back up the Tigers. I don't know how they could have possibly gotten a penalty on that because, I mean, somebody was blocking, obviously, before the guy even got the ball because that flag came in pretty quick, and Tigers will be backed up inside their own 10. Second drive, they're going to mark this at the 5-yard line here for Dundy County Stratton.
Yeah, because I think the penalty was just inside the 10, and that meant half the distance just inside the 5 now.
So the Tigers, worst field position easily. Their last one started at their own, at the Irish 20-yard line. Third penalty on Dundy County Stratton. They work left to right in your radio dial. Latta gets it off the outside, gets the outside edge. He's got a good solid run. Physical finish to the end of that over Ben Heirigs. Takes it out to near the 15-yard line, and he'll be close. I think he's got the first down. Yes, he does. Out to the 15, 10-yard gain. That's the biggest play so far for the Tigers outside of the 13-yard run to start the ball game for them. 1st and 10.
Really key for the Irish to set the edge and contain there. You know, once he gets his speed up, he's fast and physical both.
1st and 15 at the 15. 1st and 10 at the 15. 3:30 to go in the opening quarter. 6-6 tie. Direct. There might have been a direct snap, but Horner took it. He's got a first down run. Horner across midfield now. Foot race to the 35, to the 30, all the way down to the 26-yard line. Logan Dodson tracks him down. That play didn't look like it was going to work at all, and then due to maybe miscommunication, turned into a monster run.
Yeah, I think maybe a little hesitation on the part of the Irish. I think, again, kind of a mishandle or miscommunication or something in there in the Tiger backfield. And then the Irish maybe got caught kind of stiff-legged and they got beat down the field.
39-yard run. Horner keeps it off the left side again, cuts back inside. He'll fall forward before he's tripped up by Xavier Pieper, but it's a gain of 5, and he's been the effective back. 4 carries, 54 yards for the QB.
Kind of a zone read action. I don't know if it's actually read or if it's called from the sideline, but he's a good ball handler. He's established that. Both times they've run that play with some success and kind of fooled the edge rush there from the Irish.
Season high was 67 rushing yards against Highline. He already has 4 carries, 54 yards. He's got a second down and 5. Ball on the Irish 22-yard line. Dundy County Stratton in business in just 3 plays. Shotgun here. Latta, they're going to direct snap it to him. He tries to go left. Now he runs right. Latta up the middle. Going to fall forward before Brecken Collins finishes him off. But he'll be right down, first down stick again. And it'll either be 3rd down and very short or 1st down. I think it's going to be 3rd and a half a yard.
The Irish, I think, just need to settle in a little bit defensively. There's a lot going on in the backfield with the ball handling and some misdirection, and it feels like they're just having a hard time finding the ball.
Latta will be the slot receiver, twins to the near side on 3rd down and 1. QB keeper by Horner up the middle, dives for the 15-yard line and moves the chains. Just got enough of a dive there to move the chains. It'll be 1st down. Horner takes it down to the 15-yard line on his 5th carry of the ball game as Clock ticks under a minute 50 to go in the opening quarter. 6-6 tie. St. Pat's has had the ball twice. They fumbled and then scored. Tigers got the opening possession for them after the fumble at the 20-yard line and punched it in. And now, from their own 5, have marched all the way down to the Irish 15. 95 seconds to go in the opening quarter. It'll be Horner back there by himself here with a double wing formation. And also Shaw split out to the far side. Snap back. Pressure starting to come. Screenplay over the middle. It's going to be caught but tackled right away as Breck Horner. He'll fall forward, get a couple, take it down to the 11-yard line. The freshman Horner's got his 7th catch of the year. 2nd down and 6 from the 11-yard line.
Middle screen, really well executed by the Tigers and actually fairly well defended by the Irish. They got to him pretty quickly. You wouldn't say they were exactly fooled on it, but the Tigers still get the good gain.
It'll be 2nd down and 6. Ball again at the Irish 11-yard line here for the Dundy County Stratton Tigers. An offense averaging 35 yards per game. Trying to punch in a second one right before the end of the first quarter. We've got a whistle. Now we might have a timeout here with 48 seconds to go in our opening quarter. Might be an official's timeout here, though. And we have an Irish player who's going to have to come off. Ben Hyrings is going to come off here. Not sure if he's got a equipment malfunction over there, or what, but he's come off.
I wonder if maybe blood.
Possibly.
Like they're looking. Trainers working on him there.
2nd and 6, 40 seconds to go. Snap back, running right. This time it's Latta. Flag comes in at the 10. He's going to fall down to the 4-yard line, but a flag is in a tough spot for Tiger fans. This one's probably going to be coming back just where it was, and it's just what put the Tigers in a tough situation on their opening drive. They ended up still scoring on 4th and goal from the 19. Looks like this one is going to come back with a holding penalty. He had taken it down to the 5, which would have been right at the first down stick again. Instead, the flag's at the 8-yard line, so this should bring it out to the 18-yard line and be 2nd and long.
Maybe on Braxton Richards. Braxton had kind of burst through in the middle of the line of scrimmage. I think they maybe called it on the Tigers' right guard. And in reality, the angle that Braxton was coming through probably going to make it tough for him to catch the play, but it did look like the guy had his arm around him.
4th penalty for 30 yards already for the Tigers in the first quarter. We have 20 seconds to go in a 6-6 ball game. It'll be 2nd down and 13 now at the Irish 17-yard line. Latta splits out to the far side by himself. Shaw on the near side. Horner receives a snap. Quick step pass to Latta. He has to go down low to catch it. It'll be a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down and about 7 to end at the end of the first quarter. That'll take us to it. We will go to the second quarter. Coming up from Bankover, Nebraska, 6-6 tie. The top 5 battle is living up to it so far. Both teams on the board early on. We'll come back with our second next. You're listening to D1 High School Football on Husker Radio.
Looking for used items at a big discount, all while supporting the North Platte Catholic Schools? Shop the Bargain Bin, a thrift store located at 421 East 3rd Street in North Platte. Open Thursday through Saturday, 10 to 3. The Bargain Bin sells everything from household items, quality home decor, crafts, clothing of all sizes, including children's, bedding, holiday decorations, antiques, and furniture. Plus, donations are accepted with drop-off Monday through Wednesday from 8:30 to noon. After hours, call 221-2665. Proceeds benefit North Platte Catholic Schools.
We're always something right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the Dino Pay app. Dino Pay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings. The Sinclair Dino Pay saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Just like the athletes on the field, quarter track, your heating and cooling units work hard, and service on them is sometimes needed when the air conditioning stops running cold or your furnace shuts down. Call Langmeyer Heating and Cooling of North Platte for service or a new unit altogether. That's Langmeyer Heating and Cooling of North Platte, 534-5848. First time I think I've been cold all year in a football game. Got a little nip in the air here tonight.
Yeah, it's certainly keeping us alert.
Good time for the jeans and the jacket for the first time at a football game. I was on point today. 3rd down and 7 here, a long 7. Ball is, we're not real high up, so it's kind of hard to tell. Maybe the 12, 13-yard line of St. Pat's. It'll be Horner back there in the gun. He'll receive a quick snap, throw it over the middle for the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Beating the defender is number 22, August Shaw. His 7th receiving touchdown of the season. He's had one in every game this year, and a 13-yard score puts the Tigers 6 more.
Just a hard slant there and got a step on the defender, and and Horner did a nice job of just lofting it up there and letting him run under it. Big play here for the Irish to execute defensively on the PAT defense.
First play of the second quarter is the second passing touchdown by Dundy County Stratton. Dante Horner is now 4 for 4 in the ballgame. He'll receive it on the two-point conversion. He'll give it to Ladd off the right side. He is spun down. Oh, no, he kept it. He kept it. He kept it. And, well, running back was spun down. He didn't have the ball. And Horner runs it in for 2.
He's a good ball handler back there. And I think what he especially does well, I think he just delays just a half count after the mesh point and gets people, attention following Latta, and then just took it easily into the end zone.
So a 2-point conversion for the Dundy County Stratton Tigers to make it 14-8 here in our second quarter. We are 6 seconds into the second. Coming back with the Irish ball after this on Husker Radio.
Buying a car, it's not always the most pleasant experience, but it doesn't have to be that way. 23 years. That's how long Premier Toyota has been in North Platte community, delivering a car buying experience that's friendly, easy, and fun. Check PremierAutoplex.com first, then stop by your lot at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte. Come see us. Premier Toyota for your next new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Premier Toyota at PremierAutoplex.com.
Lincoln County Feed Yard reminds you, when it's time to eat Nebraska beef. Real food for real people. It's pro-America and pro-Nebraska. The Lincoln County Feed Yard is a proud supporter of the North Platte St. Patrick's Athletics. Eat beef tonight and go Irish.
Irish get a kickoff return by Ben Hyrix, who touches the ball for the first time out to the 20-yard line. It's a pretty good kickoff and not much for a return. It was on the near sideline, so it was a tight return on this near sideline and takes it out to the 20, and that's where St. Pat's will start their third drive of the ball game. Opening one ended in a fumble. Second one went 7 plays and a score. 11:49 to go in the second quarter. Tigers have the lead again, 14-6 here early on in this one here from Bankable, Nebraska. The Irish go back to work on the offensive side where they've been effective so far. Prosett behind Tickle. He will, well, be honest with you, I couldn't quite see where he did keep that himself.
Yeah.
He got 3 yards.
I think just kind of a veer follow there, just got in behind the line off the left side.
Not real high up here, so it's kind of hard to see. I couldn't see over the defensive players there. And he got 7 on his second carry. Second down. His first one was a touchdown run. The only score so far for St. Pat's. Ball is at the Irish 23-yard line. Second down and 7 for the green and gold, trailing 14-6 here. This time veer right, handoff, fullback gets it. That's Mason Giebler. He'll take it up to the 29-yard line. It'll be a yard shy of the first down. Third down and a half a yard, but again a good push. That goes for 6.
Good spinning, twisting finish on that. He got another kind of bonus 2 or 3 yards at the end just with extra effort.
This is the style the Irish love playing. 5-6 yards at a time. Third down and 1 is where they want to be if it's third down.
I'd look for Pieper here.
Here's 3rd and 1. This time Prosett again. Handoff left side. It is Pieper. He gets hit hard, but he moves the chains. He got 2 before being blasted down, but he picked up the first. Lane Bybee knocked him down.
Well, and I think, not maybe as well blocked as some of the inside runs, but of course you're short yardage, so guys are kind of selling out there, but Xavier has really good pad level on those short yardage plays and was able to pick it up.
So first down and 10. Irish get their 6th first down of the ball game. 10:29 to go in the second quarter. Moving left to right, trailing 14-6 here on the road. I formation for Tickle. This time quarterback boot left side has Weston Hammond out front. Somebody missed a block. He skips that though. Tricks down the sideline, still running, and a big physical finish to the end of that play. He tiptoed down the sideline in front of his own bench, and he'll take that for a first down.
Really a good runner, Sutton, and we haven't gotten a lot of chances to see him run the ball, but he's got a really powerful core and lower body for kind of a slender guy. He's a pretty powerful runner.
It's a 13-yard run for Tickle. He's got 3 carries, 22 yards, but a heavy dose of Giebler, Pieper, and Tickle so far. Sutton also 2 for 2 through the air. 1st and 10 at the Tiger 35. Fullback gets it, but a flag will stop this play. He was going to pick up about 3, maybe 4, but we've got a procedure penalty on St. Pat's on right when that play started. That'll be their 2nd penalty.
They signaled offside. Somebody must have been lined up in the neutral zone, and that's really more of a mental error. You don't kind of check yourself, down the line of scrimmage.
So 14-6 remains the score. Ball at midfield here. St. Pat's working left to right. A 1st and 15 now. Remember, St. Pat's does not have a game next week. Southern Valley forfeited the rest of their season, so the Irish will get 2 weeks before a top 5 team in Arapahoe comes to town in 2 weeks to wrap up the regular season. On 1st and 15, sweep right side, Mason Giebler. Another flag comes in. He's going to pick up maybe 2, but a holding penalty is going to send the Irish even deeper. And they're putting that right at the line of scrimmage. Had to be, I know Weston was out of here, but I couldn't see who they was certainly called that on, but this is going to be likely 1st and 25 by the end of this. Tigers could, of course, decline it and make it 2nd and 13, but they're going to take the pen to 10 yards.
Well, I think early in the downs, you go ahead and take the yards. Too many opportunities. You know, normally you get later in the downs, you say, well, we've got just one stop to make, but there you still have to make 2 or 3 more stops.
Second time the Irish have had a long distance to go. This is 1st and 25 now, back at their own 30, a drive killer. Back-to-back penalties here. Wing back right, they'll run that scissor play. Xavier Pieper out the left side. He will fall forward, but not much. Great play again by Bybee. That's a gain of maybe a yard. 2nd down and a long ways to go.
Yeah, Bybee's a good athlete. I see in your game sheet that you make for us, he's piled up a lot of tackles through the course of the early season here.
11 a game, leads the team, 2nd on the team with 9.5 tackles for loss. How nearly goes for 1. He got 1 yard gain, 2nd and 24. Ball at their own 32-yard line here. St. Pat's in 9:34 to go in the second quarter, trailing here 14-6. Pro set with Tickle. He'll run counter pass, rolling right. Has some time. Steps, throws back into the far side. It's caught, wide open space to run across midfield. Going to be diving forward back to the original line of scrimmage. That's a 14-yard completion to Mason Giebler. Not seen that this year. His 2nd catch of the year.
Yeah, and that's a really good compliment to what's become an effective play for him in that counter boot pass. So now you got counter boot and kind of a throwback and screen. I think there were offensive players out in front of him, but a throwback nonetheless, and well executed there.
Picked up 13. It'll be 3rd down and 11. Ball at the Tiger 35-yard line. This time, handoff right side. Giebler can't get much. He was hit right away by Breck Horner. Slowed up. He got 3. It's a 4th down and 7. We'll call it gain of 4. Probably at the 32-yard line. You got enough to where you can certainly think about what you're going to do here.
Yeah, I think you have to consider it. I mean, you're
wouldn't be surprised if you see a timeout maybe you're going to hard count and move it closer.
Yeah, if you got a hard count and you gave yourself a chance here, then you probably go for it for sure, and you might go for it anyway.
It's at the 32, 4th down and 7, 8:16 to go in the second quarter. Tickle has him set. It is a hard count, no jump. Now you might take the timeout. Seen this before from Coach Dodson, and they will. So we'll take it with them. 8:07 to go, second quarter, 14-6 Tigers with a lead. We got a timeout and a big 4th down coming up for St. Pat's.
This is Marty Trashinsky. I'm proud to help sponsor another year of sports for our St. Pat's Irish teams. If you find yourself in need of a lawyer, I'd be glad to help you out. I've been handling civil lawsuits, criminal cases, and general legal matters here in North Platte for over 30 years. Like our Irish teams, I know how to win. Call me at 534-4837 or visit my website at troshlaw.com. Experience you need, results you want, and let's go Irish.
Are you thinking of selling your farm or ranch property, or just need to know what it's worth for estate planning purposes? Please call me, Jordan Mawson, at Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers for a free, no-obligation opinion of value on your property. I have a lifetime of agricultural experience and have been helping clients buy and sell land for over 10 years. Selling land is a big and sometimes tough decision, so understanding the many factors at play in today's market will help you make a sound decision for the best possible outcome. Look me up on Facebook or on my agent profile at Lashley Land.
Irish out of the timeout, 4th and 7 at the Tiger 32. It's a play-action pass. Tickle rolling right, looking to throw. He's got a man open, and it's almost caught at the 8-yard line. Furmansky had it in his hand, and it fell through, incomplete. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. Boy, that play worked perfectly. Late in the lap of Trey Furmansky, just couldn't haul it in. He might have turned and ran into the end zone.
Yeah, really well executed there by the Irish. Good pass by Sutton. And I would guess there was a defender a couple yards in front of Trey, and that can kind of mess with your vision a little bit, and I think the ball just kind of got on him before he was ready for it.
First incompletion for either quarterback. Tigers take over on a turnover on downs at their own 32-yard line here. Snap back, handoff, right side. It's leaked in. Latta hit hard. Sutton Tickle with a TFL off the far side. Loss of 3.
again, Xavier got in there early and got around his legs and forced him a little deeper, and then Sutton was able to come in and finish the deal. I think the thing, if you're the Irish here, you got to be really careful about is that zone read action. Horner's been really good handling the ball, and obviously after a play like that, everybody's running to Latta's side, and I wouldn't be surprised to have him come back with Horner.
Makes that DN Logan Dotson spot pretty important here. He's got to be the guy to stay home on this near side. 2nd down and 12. They call it a loss of 2. Back to their own 35-yard line. Snap back to Latta. Direct snap to him off the left side. He'll run. Latta trying to get to the edge. Cuts back and down. Irish swallow him up. Back for a loss of 3 this time again. And it was a host of players. Ben Heinrich's in there for St. Pat's, and Xavier Pieper making another nice play. That's 2 really good plays. Latta, 6 carries, 10 yards right now for the Tigers, and it'll be 3rd down and long.
I think it was Xavier. Maybe I had the wrong number, but somebody shot in there early and really made a nice play.
So now 3rd and 15, back at their own 28-yard line, 6:57 to go in the second quarter. Tigers offense, they all look to the sideline, get the play, and then they huddle up, do a quick huddle up, not much of one, and then they go right to work. It'll be 3rd down, caught a long 14, ball in the near hash, working right to left. One split out to each side. Now they move Latta. Well, he just comes back and whispers something to Horner. Horner in the gun. Now we're going to get a timeout. There was a little confusion there. Tigers will burn their first one. 6:27 to go, second quarter. We got a break. It's all brought to you by Dave's Place in North Platte. For the next time out of your kitchen and the best homemade pizza and wings, get to Dave's Place in North Platte. With dine-in, carry-out, online ordering available, it's Dave's Place. Back after this with a 3rd down and long for the Tigers on Husker Radio.
Fall is back and so are sports, which means you need food and a family atmosphere to enjoy them with.
You know where to go. Dave's Place.
The best pizza, cold drinks, and wings. Oh boy, do we have wings. Bone-in, boneless, with 16 different sauces, including our new dry rubs, like blue cheese, honey barbecue, and lemon pepper.
Dave's Place, your next hangout or your big game on East 4th Street in North Platte.
Also offering carry-out and DoorDash.
It's Dave's Place.
Whoop, whoop.
If it's party time, plan your next occasion at Occasions. Right next to the lake, Occasions can host your next gathering, meeting, party, or simply a get-together. With a full kitchen and outdoor patio, plus tables and chairs. Call Mike to book at 227-2602. Occasions of North Platte.
Big 3rd down and 15 for the Dundy County Stratton Tiger offense from their own 33-yard line here. 6:27 to go in the second quarter. One split out to the far side here. Latta's got Horner on his right hip. Back to throw. Horner flushed out to the right side. He's going to throw it to him, to Latta. Caught out to the flat. Cuts back across the grain. Irish keep him on the inside. He'll take it across the 36. Tackled there. 5 yards shy of the first down. It got about 9. That's just kind of a, hey, go see what Ethan Latta can do.
And I thought, even considering Latta made a nice gain there, I thought the Irish did a good job of team tackling. Nobody overcommitted. They just kind of continued to close on him and make him continue to go toward the middle of the field where they could collapse and get him on the ground.
So it's a 4th and 6 from their own 36-yard line here. 5:50 to go in the second quarter. It's going to be a real short field for the Irish. If you don't get this, Tigers showing like they're going to go for it here, though. They've certainly had more negative plays than the Irish have had so far this season, or this ball game. It's going to be Horner back there by himself. One wide out to each side. They send Latta in motion left to right. Might be a jet sweep. No. A hard count. And ultimately, there is a delay of game, or maybe a false start from the back judge.
I think delayed.
Okay. Well, back judge was, I thought, the same.
The side, I think they had timeout before. The official on the near side, that's something we see at other levels of football all the time. The flag comes out, but the official that was right by the coach has the timeout.
This will be another quick timeout. We'll take it. 4th down and 6 coming up right after this.
Are you tired of gathering that same old bull off the neighbors? Or maybe you can't even enjoy some privacy in your own backyard. You need to call Lazy TS Custom Fencing of North Platte. We offer barbed wire fencing, continuous fencing, privacy fence, chain link fence, tank setting, snow removal, and any skid loader service required. Lazy TS Custom Fencing, 308-539-9579, and go Irish.
Out of the timeout, St. Pat's might have just gotten a flag for the PA has announced an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Irish, and they're going to mark it off. This is going to be a 1st down for Dundy County Stratton, and boy, that is a huge one. I think the Tigers were probably going to be punting this ball. Instead, they've got a 1st down and 10 at the Irish 30-yard line. What a big moment there in the timeout. I was looking down. I certainly didn't see it. I don't know if the Irish were fired up on the sidelines about maybe Dundy County getting the timeout instead of the penalty. They're still working the officials right now. But it's a 15-yard penalty, and man, is that a monster one. Dundy County Stratton has got a whole lot of new life on this drive with 5:31 to go. I think, again, I'm guessing the Tigers are going to come out and punt that ball. Instead, 1st and 10 at the Irish 30. Now you got to buckle down.
Yeah, that puts them in a tough spot. I think probably frustrated that the flag came out and then was waved off before there was a whistle, I think.
4th penalty for 40 yards. Twin to the right side. Quarterback keeper Horner up the middle. Horner falls forward. It's a short gain, maybe 2 or 3. Irish swallow him up quickly. 2nd and 7. Clock at 5:20 to go in the second.
Xavier Pieper's really putting together a nice defensive game here through the majority of the first half. He made the good physical tackle there as well.
I think that was Latta on the carry, though. PA said Latta. If so, that was the first time we've seen him back there by himself, or second time we've seen him back there by himself. 2nd down and 7. By the way, 7 carries, 13 yards for Latta. They've done a great job on him. Horner, 57 yards on the ground. Not so much on number 5. He's the quarterback, and we're going to have a flag before this play gets started. And it's going to go against Dundy County Stratton. It's going to be offsides on the offense. Somebody lining up in the neutral zone. So take that back and make it now 2nd down and 12. And penalty fest. 9 penalties between the two teams here in this first half.
A lot of penalties. 3 or 4 holds. Chop.
2nd down and 12 now. Hey, want to thank Viera Wireless. They're your home for cell phone and internet needs, providing kids consistent, clear connections across Nebraska, including in our broadcast today. Check out Viera Wireless, 13202 South Chestnut Street in North Platte. 2nd down and 12 now from the Irish. We'll call it the 32-yard line. Snap back, quick out pass here to Latta. He gets hit right away by Mason Giebler. Goes down. Irish swallow him up after that. Brecken Collins comes up and hits him as well. But Giebler makes the play. It's going to be maybe a loss of 2 more. 3rd down and 14. Another great play by number 2 defensively.
Boy, that was a good play. That's difficult, and that's critical on that. I think a great play by Mason, and I'm going to credit some coaching there. I think he must have been aware of something that keyed him that's what they were going to do, because he was coming hard across the line of scrimmage there.
Well, they throw the ball a fair amount, but a lot of it's like that. Quick, out into the flats and let their really aggressive guys go. 3rd down and 14. Ball at the Irish 34-yard line. Big moment of this game. 4:10 to go in the second quarter. Snap back to Horner. Rolled right. Pressure starting to come. Flushed out. Got away from it. Thrown. Hit as he throws it over. Incomplete for Breck Horner over near the Irish bench. They got a big pop in the backfield on the quarterback as well, with Logan Dodson and Sutton Tickle and Braxton Richards on the D-line.
Really good job there by the Irish. Good pressure. Both defensive ends in Tickle and Dodson, and did a good job of collapsing and containing as they pursued him.
So and that incompletion, first one of the ball game for the Tigers, forces a punt. You get a few yards, and I think Tigers are going for it. Now instead, they're going to send back their punter, Dante Horner. He's the quarterback, though. That's something to keep an eye on here. Irish sending Mason Giebler back by himself at his own 5. Snap back, Horner will punt. It's a spiraling kick. It's to the sideline, and Giebler will have to stay away from it, and it's going to roll inside the 10-yard line. So it's a good punt. 3:56, 3:55, 3:54. They'll stop it there, and that's where St. Pat's will take over here. Down 14-6 in the first quarter, but a defensive stop.
Yeah, really big stop, and defense really picked up there after the difficult penalty. They dug in and made 2 or 3 outstanding plays and contained. And I think if you're Coach Spargo, I think you're just looking at, we're not going to do anything to give them any momentum. We're going to try to pin them deep and make them go the length of the field.
What do you say? That's the 7-yard line or so, somewhere around there. Irish take over here. Down 14-6. Tickle will have them set here. They moved the ball well on the ground. This time he'll give it to his deep back, Mason Giebler, right side. Not much. He hits a wall. Brock Bailey, one of them. Positive gain, one of the little smaller ones, though. They've not had a negative play yet. This gets 2.
Yeah, just I think there, the Irish haven't had, that was more of an ISO there, but the Irish haven't been able to really get to the edge on sweep. They did a little bit on boot, but I think you might see him come back to Mason, maybe on more of an ISO-type handoff and bounce it outside.
2nd down and 8, ball at the 9-yard line. Under center, Tickle, veer left. Fullback gets it. He'll get wrapped up right away. Thrown back. Positive gain of 1, but it's going to be 3rd down and 7. Pieper, just not much room to go for the sophomore fullback who has his 6th carry of the ball game. Tightening up a little bit, this DCS. And, of course, you're backed up inside the 10. it probably lends itself to the defense to know it's going to be pretty conservative calls here earlier in this possession to start.
Yeah, and I think if you're the Irish, if you get out of the shadow of your goalpost a little bit, then maybe you do some things, but you don't want to do anything foolish here and give it back over to them at your end.
2:45 to go in the second quarter here. 3rd down and 7 from their own 10. Hard count. There was a jump. Brock Bailey on this left side definitely jumped, but was he for it? He was. I don't know if it was a hard count. I think maybe they didn't snap the ball.
I think it was just on 2, and it wasn't meant to draw anybody, but the Irish guard, I think, looked like they were trap blocking there and just got a little anxious.
Well, it's been a penalty fest here. Both teams with 5 penalties here in the first half. That's going to back the Irish up. It was 3rd and 7. That'll move it down to a 3rd down and 12 now. 5th penalty, 45 yards for St. Pat's with 2:36 to go. Dundy County Stratton does have 2 timeouts remaining here in this. Actually, I believe just 1 timeout remaining. 3rd and 11 here for the Irish. With clock ticking here, they're going to be pretty content to use a lot of it here. They're going to run a play on late here. They're going to probably have to take a timeout. The back judge has got his hand already in the air. Irish have 2 remaining. Starting to mark it off here. And I think the Irish are, they're going to run it. Now they're going to take a timeout. Coach Dodson takes one, 2:12 to go in our second quarter. It's brought to you by Dave's Place. We'll come back with 2:09 now to go in the second. 14-6 Tigers. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to High School Football on Husker Radio.
Portable, super quiet, and fuel-efficient Honda EU Series generators are ideal for camping, tailgating, home backup power, and more. All feature Honda's CO Minder carbon monoxide detection system for added peace of mind. Select models include Bluetooth connectivity for wireless control with Honda's My Generator smartphone app. Go with a Honda EU Series generator. It's power you can trust.
We've got the power at Budkeep Power Sports.
Looking for a great place to stay? Visit North Platte's award-winning True by Hilton Hotel. You'll be greeted by their spacious lobby and friendly staff. Play a game of pool or relax by our fire pit as you savor your favorite beverage from our well-stocked pantry, which includes beer and wine. Enjoy the state-of-the-art 55-inch HD television with streaming capabilities. Complimentary breakfast buffet featuring fresh-made pancakes in our large fitness center. Choose the True by Hilton North Platte, conveniently located just off I-80 at exit 179.
So a 3rd down and 11 out of the timeout by St. Pat's from their own about 8-yard line. Play action pass. Sutton Tickle out to the flat. Going to take off and run. Slips 1 tackle. Fights for it. Keeps fighting. Backing up. Still going to the 16. He's going to be a couple yards shy. It's a good hard run, but it needed a bunch more. Just a handful more, actually. He got about 9 of the 11 needed. It'll be 4th down and 2. And the Irish, with a minute 49, they're running the clock. Tigers have 1 timeout remaining. Have not looked to use it yet. It's a good run. Just unable to take it far enough. It'll be 4th down and 2 again. Irish probably got to be thinking they're not going to go for this, but maybe going for a hard count here. They're at their own, I want to say 17-yard line here. I'd be shocked if they snap this ball. Minute 25, clock running, under center on 4th and 2. Tickle has them set. They do hard count. No penalty. Now they're going to take their 3rd timeout. I mean, it's worth a shot. You got the timeout, you might as well try it. You get a freebie, you get a 1st down, but this time Tigers don't jump, and we'll take another quick 30. 14-6, Dundy County Stratton. We're in the second quarter, late stages of it. Back after this.
You invest in your home, your retirement. How about your child's education? I'm Enrollment Director Gwen Covey, inviting you to consider investment in the North Platte Catholic Schools. We're proud of our 100% graduation rate and countless success stories. Start your story at Little Leprechaun Preschool and graduate as a Fighting Irish. Pre-K through 12th grade, all on one campus. For more information, call 532-1874.
Are you in need of farm and ranch management or considering a sale of your ag real estate? Turn to the professionals at HD Management. Contact Kurt Pieper, Hank Nicely, or Justin Pieper with HD Management in North Platte. That's HD Management, your professionals in ag real estate. Tanner Struckman, Bill O'Malley. It's a 2-man crew here today from Benkelman. I think we've done a pretty darn good job. Not 1 text message complaint so far. Well done. And they would let me know.
Phone off.
They would let me know. So the Irish come out of the timeout. They are going to punt it. Sutton Tickle, by the way, had a 44-yard punt. He can boot it. He's got wind behind him too, and that forces Latta to go back to his own 20-yard line. He knows He knows Tickle's leg, but he also knows that little bit of wind. It's died down a bit. Is going to blow. Tickle going to take off and run near sideline. He's going to have the first down. Tiptoeing to midfield. Tickle gets tackled at the 35-yard line. How about a little trickery from Coach Braithwaite? Did not see that coming. Not going to lie to you.
No, me neither. I think when he took that first step, I thought he was just taking a step to the side, kind of going to rugby punt it. And then he took off and he delivered a blow on the end of that thing, too.
Didn't get out of bounds, so there's a minute to go. Irish have no timeouts. They're at the 35-yard line here in Tiger territory. Play action pass, whistle, and a timeout taken? No, a false start on the Irish. Boy, penalty, 6 penalty for 50 yards. They'll stop the clock for now, 54 seconds to go. Move it back to midfield, but maybe you get, the clock's going to start running here, so you got to go quick.
You want to be on the ball here. The guy's got to be up on the ball here when he marks it ready for play.
35-yard run on that fake punt that moved the chains. Now it's first down and 15 from midfield. Clock at 48 seconds and running here in the second quarter. Down 14-6. Play action pass. Tickle out to the flat. Throws back to Mason Giebler on the far side. Going to need a couple blocks. Mason Giebler trying to get to the outside. He'll get a first down run down the sideline. Tackled right at the sticks. That's going to go for 11 yards. First down. I think he got out of bounds. Stops the clock with 36 seconds to go. Down to the 24.
Yeah, I think 16, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yep, it's a 16-yard completion there. I forgot about the 15-yard, and that's a nice, boy, another big day from through the air. Mason Giebler with a couple receptions now. Clock, they did not get out of bounds. Play action, look at the throw. Tickle rolling right. Tickle trying to run up the middle. Cuts back far side to the 15. Mason Sutton Tickle to the 10. Sutton Tickle still running, and this time does not get out of bounds again. Clock running. Well, the clock will stop for now. Irish might have to spike it, though. It's first and goal at the 7.
Yeah, I think
How
this
is he
a
not
spike.
getting out of bounds on that far side? That's the second time now.
Well, you're okay because it's a first down. I think you got to spike it.
I think they're going to spike it. Clock is not ran, by the way, and they do spike it, and we get a flag. I don't think with Irish set. This could be another procedure penalty on St. Pat's. So all in all,
offside there.
I thought so too. That's a 22-yard run by Tickle, who's up to 88 yards on the ground, by the way. I got to backtrack and cover here.
They might have started it. Might have started it late, but I think they left it run for a while.
It went down 6 seconds. Hold on a second. Now it's at the 12-yard line, and now it's going to be a timeout with the Tigers, which is probably a gift for the Irish. And they ran the clock down to 8 seconds, but you're right. That 5-yard penalty started at 17 seconds to go. It went down to 11 seconds with a penalty. And there's no way that clock ran 6 seconds in the time it took to snap the ball and try to spike it. All in all, it's going to be second and goal at the 12-yard line.
And it was blown dead immediately. It was blown dead actually, before the snap because it was an offsides. It wasn't a whatever.
All in all, it's going to be a second and goal. And I believe, again, it's at the 12-yard line. We were at the 7 when that, and it's still first down. So, but now with the timeout, clock stops. So you have 8 seconds to work with. Probably one play to the end zone and then a field goal attempt, possibly.
I think you got to throw it to the end zone. You got to throw it to the end zone and then you kick it. And actually, you need the kick, and you're with the win now, and so I mean that'd be an important play either way.
14-6, Dundy County Stratton over North Platte St. Pat's. We have 8.2 seconds to go in the second quarter. Both teams out of timeouts. I'm amazed that Sutton Tickle did not get out of bounds on either of those runs, though. Boy, it looked like he for sure did. Clock ran on both of them, and that milked a lot of the clock away. So you got one quick play. You got to go 12 yards. You got to go to the end zone here. Tickle under center. Tickle will, man, we're going to have another flag. My goodness. And it's going to go on the Irish. It's going to bend, and now at the 17, you might just go kick it. My goodness, I don't know. This is the 8th penalty for 60 yards, and it's been procedural on the offensive line a whole bunch.
You might have to spike it to kick it. This thing's going to start.
That was out of a timeout, though.
Okay.
Should not.
Never mind then. Well, if that's the case, then I don't think it should have run at all.
No, there is 6.4, and now they're going to maybe correct that. It should be 8.2. We've got an official's timeout. Talking to Coach Spargo.
He's talking to Coach to get the message up to the box.
Gotcha.
Sure.
There you go. That's why we have you here. So now, if it's a field goal attempt, it's going to be a 34-yarder, which, of course, Sutton Tickle 1 for 2 on the season this year.
Of course, the protection on the PAT's got to be a concern if you're the Irish.
He had a 26-yarder earlier this year. Long conversation here. Now they've put 50 seconds down the clock. That'd
work just fine.
Irish would take that. It's, by the way, it's first down. That's the frustrating thing.
This is the third time we're going to try first down. Fourth time we're going to try first down. Nope, third time.
Well, they're going to put 8.5. Irish are, by the way, not lining up a field goal this right now. With 8.5, they're going to take a chance. They've got Peyton Kramer split out to this near side by himself. Pro set, back to throw, quick three-step drop, looking for the end zone, throwing it up far corner. It's going to be caught! It's caught! Did he catch it in busy inbounds? No, they say out of bounds. There is a flag, but with only 3 seconds to go, Ben Heinrichs caught it, but was he out of bounds? Is that what they're signaling? It's all the way in the far corner.
I think they said it got to the ground. I don't think he got his hands under it, Tanner.
So all in all, it's going to be, the worst part is 3 seconds to go. It's going to be kick time. It's going to help it out.
If you're Dundy, I know it didn't look like the defender was intentionally doing that.
But why not?
But it wasn't a bad play to intentionally do it.
Sure. Move it to the 9, 8-yard penalty, and fitting that we end this first half with a bunch of penalties. So from the 9, Irish with 3 seconds to go are not lined up to kick a field goal.
I think they must be concerned about the protection.
So I formation, they're going for it all. Play action, rolling right, tickle, flush, throws, end zone, incomplete, no penalty, and that's going to end our first half of play. So the Irish are going to turn it over on downs to end the first half.
Looked like the defender might have gotten there a bit early, but
Xavier Pieper was looking for it, didn't get it, and that is going to end our first half of play. St. Pat's trails 14-6 at the end of the first half here from Benkelman. Our halftime coming up next. When we return, we'll have an edition of Irish Intermission. We'll chat with senior Braxton Richards. We'll come back and get you halftime numbers then. 14-6, Dundy County Stratton with the lead on Husker Radio.
When it comes time to honor the life of your loved one, it's all about the relationship. Adams and Swanson Funeral Home will help you celebrate that bond with assisting you and your family with all services, ceremonies, grief support, and pre-planning. Learn more by visiting adamswanson.com or by calling 532-2044.
Putting your family first.
Are you looking for the right dentist for you and your family? Phelps Family Dentistry has you covered. Dr. Lene Phelps and Dr. Kelly Hansen will make sure your family has the healthiest smile. Whether it's dental cleanings, fillings, same-day crowns, or total smile makeovers. Call our office at 534-4040 or visit us at phelpsdds.com to schedule your family's next dental appointment. And go Irish!
Putting your family first.
CT Computer Services in North Platte is your one-stop computer shop, offering PC and Mac repair, in-shop, on-site, and remote services available for your home or business. And they also offer PC sales and service of major brands like Dell, new and refurbished units in stock, and even custom-built PCs. Prices for every budget starting at less than $300. CT Computer Services at Phillips and Willow in North Platte. Call 534-3628. CT Computer Services, your IT guys.
Welcome back on Irish Intermission. We're talking with the St. Pat's senior here at North Platte Catholic Schools, Braxton Richards. Braxton, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm excellent. How's senior year?
It's going great.
What's great about it?
Probably just knowing I'm a senior and free campus is nice.
Yeah, get to roam a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, very good. What are you all involved in here at St. Pat's?
Football, wrestling, baseball, and that's it.
Well, that keeps you busy enough.
Yeah.
Football season's gone pretty well. Kind of a bummer. You guys are going to be missing out on 2 games your senior year, I bet.
Yeah, it sucks. I wish it would have happened when I was either a freshman, sophomore, or junior, but it happens.
And you know, you guys have had more than half of your games where you're not playing the second half. So you really, I think those younger guys have probably played more time than you.
Yeah, most likely. They get in at half and get some experience.
What's that second half like on the sidelines? It's kind of a role reversal for you.
Yeah, we just help them out as much as possible and get them out there.
Yeah, that's good. Braxton Richards here with us. You had an injury a couple weeks ago. Something broke, right?
It was a couple tendons in my hands popped.
Well, what were you doing when you did that?
It happened at some point during the Bridgeport game. I think I got stepped on or something. Just adrenaline running. Didn't know until the game was over.
And then it started hurting?
Yeah.
Feeling good now, though?
Yeah.
All right, very good. What are you guys' goals? I haven't really talked with a football player maybe since week 1. What are you guys' goals for this year?
Well, we lost in the semis, I think 2 years ago or last year, and we We want to get back to the semis and make a trip to the state championship.
That'd be a pretty great senior year. What about wrestling? I know it's not there yet, but what are your plans for wrestling?
Well, last year I was injured, so it was kind of a bummer. I only wrestled one match in districts, but this year hopefully I'll make it to state.
That's interesting. You wait, you're injured and then you get to wrestle at the most important time, but that's probably not easy to do when you haven't wrestled all year.
Yeah, no, I was very unconditioned.
I'm sure. Did you feel it?
Yeah.
Braxton Richards here with us, and then baseball to wrap up your senior year. Are you ready to graduate?
I would say yeah.
Really? What are you going to do when you graduate?
I'm going to go be an electrical lineman.
And where's the schooling for that? Where are you going for that?
Norfolk.
Okay, very good. Why that?
I had a senior when I was a freshman, Sawyer McGill. He really showed me the ropes and showed me how cool it is, and decided that's what I wanted to do.
Pay some money?
Yeah.
Well, and job security, that's not going away. People need power, and they're going to need power for a long time.
Yeah.
Heck, you could probably get dispatched to North Carolina right now and go do a lot of work.
Yeah, hurricane work is what I'm really wanting to go do.
Oh, really? All right. So not in Nebraska then.
Yeah.
Why hurricane work?
I don't know. I feel like going down and helping people like that is a big thing our country needs. So.
Hey, that's cool. Braxton Richards here with us. Well, best of luck the rest of your senior year. Good luck this football season, and thanks for saving people here down the road from hurricanes. We appreciate that attitude, and good luck the rest of your senior year, all right?
Thank you, Tanner.
We'll have more halftime coming up after this.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Ollie, you need to clean up your fishing and hunting gear. It's everywhere.
I'm out of room. I don't have anywhere to put it.
Get some storage at Nutter Storage. They have sizes for everything.
I already have some there.
Well, get a Nutter. A Nutter Storage, 532-1332.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Heading out of town for the weekend or just want your dog to play for a while? Pawsapalooza is your pup's place. Pawsapalooza, owned by Patrick and Rosie O'Neill, is a first-class pet boarding and daycare facility for your pooch. With day camp available Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., trust your dog with them. Full or half days available, along with overnight boarding. Located at 663 Halligan Drive in North Platte. Pawsapalooza, your pet's happy place. Find them on Facebook.
Change your home, change your life with Mortimer Construction. From remodels to new builds, roofing to flooring, we do it all at unbeatable prices. Visit MortimerConstruction.net. Good luck to tonight's athletes. Keep up the hard work.
It's 8:06 Central Time. You're listening to KODY North Platte with translator K291BW North Platte on 106.1 FM. CT Computer Services on the corner of Phillip and Willow, offering tune-up Tuesdays, where all in-shop services are half price at CT Computer Services. Technology solved. We are at the half here in Benkelman, 14-6. St. Pat's trailing Dundy County Stratton at the halftime break here. All in all, we'll get into the stats in a moment. Irish in a lot of ways outplayed the Tigers, but trail on the scoreboard 14-6. Penalties a huge part of that, and turnovers. Irish have 1, Tigers have 0, but when you look at yardage, this game was certainly led by North Platte St. Pat's so far at the halftime break. Irish got the ball first, went 4 plays, and lost their first fumble of the season on the offensive side by Mason Giebler. Tigers got it there, Irish 20, and 5 plays later score on a 19-yard trickery play to Ethan Latta, who takes it on 4th and goal from the 19. He cut back all the way across the field, made a great play to make it 6-0. Irish responded with a 7-play, 57-yard drive with a Sutton Tickle 7-yard run to tie it at 6. Tigers respond with a 6-play, 75-yard drive. That's the play drive that really stood out here for Dundy County Stratton in this one. A 13-yard touchdown pass ultimately to August Shaw. That made it 14-6. Irish would go 7 plays, but turn it over on downs on their ensuing drive, forced a punt on the next one, and then go 7 plays there at the end. Didn't have any timeouts. They went for it on fourth down and 2 from inside their own 20-yard line. Got a big run by Sutton Tickle. He ran a lot in that drive. The Irish had 1st and goal at the 7 at one point, just ran out of time, and ultimately go to the half down 14-6. Your numbers in this first half are brought to you by Condon Signs. Condon Signs is North Platte's only locally owned full-service sign company. Condon Signs creates custom monument signs, pylon signs, commercial awnings, and they'll service your existing sign quality and knowledge since 1991. Visit them at the corner of 8th and Vine or at condonsigns.com. At the halftime break for St. Pat's, unofficially 197. These aren't quite as accurate as I would normally say because I can't quite see, and I'm doing a little bit more running the scoreboard here, but 197 total yards, 148 on the ground on 20 carries, 49 through the air. Mason Giebler, 8 carries, 38 yards, did cough up in the only turnover of the ball game. Xavier Pieper, 6 carries, 22 yards, and Sutton Tickle, 6 carries, 88 yards here in this game, as he's got the only touchdown for St. Pat's. Sutton's played well. He is 4 of 6 through the air for 49 yards. Couple completions to Giebler, 1 to Dodson, and 1 to Trey Furmansky. 1 turnover, 9 penalties for 9 first downs. Penalties, huge problem. 8 for 60 for St. Pat's in that first half. Meanwhile, for the Tigers, 114 yards on the ground. So stats don't tell everything in a ball game. 70 on the ground, 44 through the air. Ethan Latta, 7 carries, 13 yards. They've done a great job containing him when he runs. Catching, a little different story. Horner, 5 carries, 57 yards. He's been pretty effective. He's also 6 of 7 through the air for 44 yards and 2 touchdowns, 2 completions to Shaw, 1 for a touchdown, 3 to Latta, 1 for a touchdown, and 1 to Breck Horner. No turnovers, 5 first downs, 6 penalties, 43 yards for the Dundy County Stratton Tigers. Those again your first half numbers brought to you by Condon Signs. 14-6, the scoreboard is in favor of the home team, the Dundy County Stratton Tigers, over St. Pat's. Our halftime continues after this.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhills State Bank, member FDIC.
Why take the elevator up to higher lab prices? Patients who see Great Plains healthcare providers, whose offices are in the North Platte Health Pavilion, have federally guaranteed right to choose which lab performs their blood draws and lab tests. Simply tell your Great Plains health provider you want the lab test performed on the first floor of Pathology Services, rather than going up for higher lab prices.
Pathology Services of North Platte. Learn more at pathologyservices.com.
Looking for used items at a big discount, all while supporting the North Platte Catholic Schools? Shop the Bargain Bin, a thrift store located at 421 East 3rd Street in North Platte. Open Thursday through Saturday, 10 to 3. The Bargain Bin sells everything from household items, quality home decor, crafts, clothing of all sizes, including children's, bedding, holiday decorations, antiques, and furniture. Plus, donations are accepted with drop-off Monday through Wednesday from 8:30 to noon. After hours, call 221-2665. Proceeds benefit North Platte Catholic Schools.
Welcome back here to halftime from Benkelman, Nebraska. Tanner Struckman with you. We are at the halftime break of this one. St. Pat's trailing Dundy County Stratton 14-6. They have a youth football game going on right now. You don't see this too often anymore. Give them a little bit of video time here. I don't know the last time I saw this. This is awesome. Obviously, a good culture of football here is they got a lot of youngsters running. Little sweep left here, and maybe, a little trickery, a little halfback pass, and almost intercepted, almost caught. That's some good stuff out here. At the half, 14-6 again. Dundee County Stratton with the lead over St. Pat's. They're getting ready for the start of the second half in just a few. Really, story of this game, penalties. Irish have 8. Too many. I mean, way too many. 1 turnover. Didn't have a drop pass that could have been a touchdown. That was a really laid out pass for Trey Furmansky. Just couldn't quite gobble it up. Oh, here's a little throwback pass that number 37 drops, and he knew he had a touchdown. He was frustrated with that. Anyways, back to the game that's going to be happening here in a few minutes. Again, I think that's the story. That turnover, pretty big, led to a short field. Dundee County Stratton hasn't shown I mean, they've been able to move the ball as effectively as St. Pat's. Irish ran the ball extremely well in that first half. They've got 148 yards on the ground in that first half. And Sutton Tickles played a phenomenal game. He's got the player of the game wrapped up right now, at least. 49 through the air, 88 on the ground. That's a career high for him. He's ran hard. He's ran physical. Got about 35 on that fake punt. That was a big call. But Irish have hurt themselves, no doubt, with the turnover and the penalties in this game. They will not get the ball to start the second half, so they're going to need to look for a stop here, try to avoid a 2-score deficit, trailing 14-6 here at the break. Not a lot of games going on in our area back home here tonight, being a Thursday night for football. But St. Pat's, again, volleyball is in action tonight. They are at home against the Sutherland Sailors. I know that's a rarity that they happen to play on the same night. You got a report on the volleyball team? They're back at home.
I do not.
Well,
am I supposed?
No. You got to focus on what you're doing. I was showing the little kid football game there for a while. It was pretty darn entertaining there. But I'll see if I can't find a score update from that. I've not seen one yet. Nothing reported yet. So if anybody knows back home, maybe listening, let us know how that one's going. We'd like to pass that along as they play here tonight. Next week, of course, St. Pat's won't have a football game. Southern Valley forfeiting their season. I got an entire week off.
What are you going to do?
Well, I think I've gotten a honey-do list that's growing as I speak. So I know my wife's got probably some plans for me. A football Friday night off, tomorrow night off. That's a rarity. 2 in a row, 3 in a row, potentially 4 in a row because, of course, first round of the playoffs is also on a Thursday. The final game of the regular season is on Thursday against Arapahoe. Well, that'll be a big one in a couple weeks. The Arapahoe Warriors, by the way, undefeated. They knocked off this very same Dundy County Stratton team just last week. They go to Alma tomorrow night. Curious to see if that game happens for what it's worth. Alma, of course, forfeited against St. Pat's just 2 weeks ago. And so that'll be interesting to see what happens. Really right now, though, for Irish trying to get the front runner seat of this D19 district. And really, with 2 games left, now 1.5, here the Irish power points they're not too worried about that. But first off, playing these games helps you a lot because these are really good opponents. You haven't played a whole lot of those this season. But, a big win really bumps you up in that, puts you in a spot where maybe by the end of the season you're hosting a playoff game. And, now with only a game and a half left, it's pretty easy to start thinking about that because you don't have a lot more on the regular season.
Yeah, and when you get to a certain point in the season, you can kind of project maybe where you might end up points-wise. And although you don't know where everyone else is going to end up, year over year, there's a little bit of a threshold there where you can tell what kind of a number probably it takes in order for you to get a home game and so on.
St. Pat's, Dundy County Stratton, 14-6 at the break. Our second half will come up next right after this timeout on Husker Radio.
We're always something right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the DinoPay app. DinoPay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings. The Sinclair DinoPay saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Buying a car, it's not always the most pleasant experience, but it doesn't have to be that way. 23 years. That's how long Premier Toyota has been in North Platte community, delivering a car buying experience that's friendly, easy, and fun. Check PremierAutoplex.com first, then stop by your lot at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte. Come see us. Premier Toyota for your next new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Premier Toyota at PremierAutoplex.com.
We're back on KODY 1240 AM 106.1 FM. Getting ready for the start of our second half. St. Pat's trailing Dundy County Stratton 14-6. Been a great game. It's a good atmosphere. Great crowd down here in Benkelman. They know how to do football down here. I know I've read interviews with Coach Spargo who says he likes to create the atmosphere. He wants the music. He wants the highlights. He wants all that fun stuff. So that way they can feel like they're playing, one of the biggest games in the state every single Friday night. And you've got a good atmosphere. It's a beautiful night for the football players out there. It's got to be a gorgeous night here as temperatures are probably perfect out there for the football players. It's a little chilly for us.
Yeah, I'm chilly.
You don't get chilly too often.
No, I'm not doing too much work either. Just standing here doesn't work up much of a sweat.
It's not too bad of a, you just surround, we've been surrounded. I feel like we've been in everybody's way the entire night, but that's all right. It's a pretty good viewpoint here, and it's a pretty good camera viewpoint for us as well. Irish will kick it off. Obviously a pretty critical start to this second half, I think, for the Irish defense.
I think so too, and you know, it's really been a lot of not much big play for the Tigers, but that's a little bit of the nature of what they do. But the Irish had a really good defensive stand on the Tigers' last possession, and so hopefully they can do that again. And the Irish have shown the ability to move the ball, turnover in there, and you know, running out of time at the end of the half. And but mostly they've had a lot of positive yardage plays and put up a good number from scrimmage.
Sutton Tickle will kick it off left to right on your radio dial. We'll get this underway here in just a moment. Back deep for the Tigers to receive this kick will be Ethan Latta and Kevin Garcia. Tickle's been phenomenal. He's got a little bit of wind at his back. I'd imagine he will get this one high end over end and well into the end zone for another touchback. What a weapon he has been. We've mentioned this several times. Tickle with now 26 touchbacks on the season. By the way, quick update. St. Pat's, thanks to Andrew from the North Platte Telegraph. St. Pat's leading Sutherland, entering the fourth set 2-1. So good luck to the Lady Irish in the second half, or fourth set, I should say. I'm in football mode a little bit here. So from their own 15 comes out the Tiger offense here. One really good drive. One other drive that started at the 20, and then a six-play drive that ended a punt. Kind of a mixed bag offensively in that first half for the Tigers. They'll receive it. They'll give it. Latta busts to the right side. He's got a lot of room. Latta to the outside, down the sidelines, 35 to the 40, 35 to the 30. Cuts back, and he's gone. Ethan Latta will take it all the way to the house. He'll start it off with a 65-yard touchdown run. And he had a huge 65-yard receiving touchdown last week in the second half against Arapahoe. This one simply handoff and score.
Yeah, once he got into the open field, the Irish had an angle there, but he's a pretty tough guy to corral without some help, and just took one well-timed cutback on his part, and the Irish weren't able to get to him. And really a disappointing start because, as we've said, it felt like the Irish had a good defensive possession there late in the first half, and then an offensive possession that moved it all the way the length of the field.
These two-point conversions pretty big. Horner looking to throw, comes all the way back and incomplete, intended for Shaw. That's big. Those are a critical point. Makes it 20-6 the score now. We have not much gone. 14 seconds in the third quarter. We will come back with Irish football right after this.
Like our St. Pat's Irish sports teams, life can come at you hard and fast. When it does, and you need a lawyer, give me, Marty Trzynski, a call. I'm happy to have an initial visit with you at no charge. I've been handling criminal cases, civil disputes, and general legal matters here in North Platte for over 30 years. Let's work together to find a common-sense solution to your legal matter. Visit my website at troshlaw.com or give me a call at 534-4837. And go Irish!
Lincoln County Feed Yard reminds you, when it's time to eat Nebraska beef. Real food for real people. It's pro-America and pro-Nebraska. The Lincoln County Feed Yard is a proud supporter of the North Platte St. Patrick's Athletics. Eat beef tonight and go Irish.
I want to thank Viera Wireless in North Platte, your home for cell phone and internet needs. They provide consistent, clear connections across Nebraska, including in rural areas. They're also the provider for our connections today to make our broadcast possible. Check out Viera Wireless, 1302 South Chestnut in North Platte. Now, kicking it off will be Garcia from his 30 into the wind. Picks up a little bit there. Ben Heirich's going to catch it at his own 10 to the 15. Heirich's to the middle, cuts one tackle to the 25. He'll fall forward to the 27-yard line. Tigers done a good job on kickoff return coverage here. Irish not been able to break one free at all, and 11:39, not exactly the way the Irish wanted to start this second half. 65-yard touchdown run by Ethan Latta, 2-point no good. Prior to that, Latta 7 carries, 13 yards. That changes the yards per carry pretty quickly.
Right. The other big play, of course, he had was on the hook and lateral, which kind of sticks in a person's head as a run, but of course it was passing yardage.
So from the 27, quarterback keeper Sutton Tickle, he's going to fall forward for 9 yards. And number 7 is having the best game of his career on the ground easily. He's up to now 97 yards on that with 9.
Yeah, he's done a good job of power and speed. He on the punt fake, he really showed the good speed as well.
His previous high, 55 yards against Bridgeport. They gave him 10 in the first down. So that's a good way to start up, a must-score drive here for the Irish as they move it out to their own 36-yard line here. Under 37, they'll hand it off. Fullback gets it barely. That's Giebler, actually, the dive back. And he'll get one, but he was hit pretty quickly. Good job to hold on to the ball, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, well defended there by the Tigers, and the Irish are going to keep banging away on the inside and then try to mix in a little bit of perimeter run. We really haven't seen the Irish able to get Mason Giebler free on the perimeter and really use his speed.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of sweeps. We haven't seen a lot of counter. Here's 2nd down and 9. Sweep near side. It's Pieper. Cuts back inside. Pieper across midfield before he's thrown out at the 38-yard line. Gain of 4. 3rd down and 5.
That's a good gain. Puts you in a good situation here, comparatively. And if you get tight, I think you're probably going for it.
Irish, of course, playing again without two-way starter and Jackson Nicely, who's out with a quad injury. And hopefully we'll have 2 weeks to try to heal up for the Arapahoe game. That just came, I just found out that this morning. 3rd down and 5. Ball at the Dundy County Stratton 38. Quarterback boot left side. Weston Hammond out leading the charge. To the outside Tickle. Sutton to the edge. He will eventually get thrown down, but a half yard shy of the stick. Boy, I tell you what, Sutton's ran hard today. He's over 100 yards.
He has, and he got, I think he maybe gets to the stick there. Weston's out there trying to help him, and it just worked out that he was kind of in a spot where it kept Sutton from cutting to an open area, but certainly Weston was doing some work out there to get him that far.
This is a go-for situation, 4th and a half a yard here for North Platte St. Pat's. 4 of 8 this season on 3rd downs. This is at the 4th downs at the 34-yard line of Dundy County Stratton territory. It'll be an option play. It'll be Tickle with a keeper. Tickle gonna take this all the way down to the 19, but a flag is going to come down in the 2nd level. And boy, is that something the Irish are tired of seeing. There's another penalty, and this is going to be a hold on the Irish. That's at least the 3rd or 4th hold, and it's the 9th penalty on the Irish. Boy, and the sideline's already gotten a penalty, so they're probably limited on what they want to say at this point. Boy, that wipes out a big run.
Probably have to punt, you'd think now.
They marked that, I guess, right at the line of scrimmage. That seems convenient. It was perfectly at the line of scrimmage. The flag came in fairly late when Tickle was already got a first down run. It's going to be now 4th and 11. I guess it was right at the line of scrimmage, so it must have just been a late penalty because it certainly was not thrown right when that play started. 9th penalty for 70 yards and down 14, 9:28 to go in the 3rd quarter from your own 36. What do the Irish do? They've not shown hardly punt yet. And when they showed punt, they didn't even punt. One split out to each side. Pro set behind Tickle from his own 34. Back to throw. No, it's a quarterback run. Tickle left side, nowhere to go. Did not catch the Tigers off guard. Lost a half a yard. Might be the first negative play of the game for the Irish offense. And it's going to give the Tigers the ball inside St. Pat's territory. And the penalty wipes away a possession there for the Irish. And they turn it over on downs.
Yeah. And that's a disappointing sequence there because it's pretty promising looking, and then the penalty, of course, made it tough.
So the Tigers take over at the 36. First play went for a touchdown. Lattis, the second play, gets wrapped up right away at the line of scrimmage. Great point, Logan Dodson for a gain of 2, maybe 2.5. Braxton Richards in there as well. It'll be a short gain. Richards gets up a little ginger. 2nd down and 7, but he's a gamer.
I think that he's several times might have a ankle that's bothering him a little bit. He's gimped around 2 or 3 times here, but he seems like he can get it loosened back up.
2nd and 8, ball on the right hash, working right to left in radio dial. 8:38 to go in the 3rd quarter. 20-6 Tigers with the lead, and in Irish territory. Irish defense got to put a wall here. Here's Horner on a keeper on the zone read. He'll fall forward. Weston Hammond, Sutton Tickle on the stop. Short gain of 2, 3rd and 5. This is a must-stop situation for St. Pat's defensively.
It is. It absolutely is. You've got to be able to turn the tide, and you got to build some confidence back after a couple of really tough plays here early in this second half.
If you need thicker, greener, less troublesome lawn, call Jorgensen's Lawn Service at 368-4000 with fertilizer, iron, weed, and insect control. Jorgensen's proudly serves the entire area. Call today for a free estimate, 368-4000. 3rd down and 5. Ball at the Irish 32-yard line here for the Tigers. Snap back to Latta. He's looking to throw out to the flat, and he overthrows his intended target. Actually, that was Horner. I thought it was 9, but it was not. Intended for Breck Horner. Incomplete. And Dante DeBreck does not get converted. It's going to be 4th down and 6 now at the Irish 32. Second incompletion for Dante Horner of the game. And now Coach Spargo has got a decision. He's up 14. This could be an easy pin situation.
I think you're probably pretty deep here, and I'm a little surprised that maybe they didn't run that zone read and get themselves in maybe a good 4th down and distance situation, then maybe look to throw if they had to.
It's a big opportunity
Watch
for a
Shaw
stop
here.
4th down and 6 from the 32. Quarterback, or it's a keeper right to Latta up the middle. Latta going to be tackled. Boy, right at the stick from our angle. It's hard to tell. Tigers fans are saying 1st down. They've got 4th down on the board. That was 4th down. Now we're going to have the sticks. We might have to move the chain gang out, or the White Hat's going to come over and look at it. It's Irish ball. They held him. That's a stop, and the Irish get a stop on a turnover on downs. Boy, a must-have there.
The down marker over there had already moved to a yard short, so that probably didn't help the cause.
So a turnover on downs. Boy, that was a big stop, and the Tigers give it back to St. Pat's at the 27-yard line, 1 yard shy of the 1st down. So right back to where they started the second half at the 27 on their opening drive. Down 20-6. Irish got to go back to work offensively. I formation, deep back gets it. And my goodness, another false start. I've not seen any of these live. But, boy, that's the 10th penalty of this game.
Boy, I don't know what they're there wasn't anything obvious. I guess I can't say there wasn't anything because I'm not down there in the line of scrimmage. There certainly wasn't anything that was very visible from here.
So 1st and 15, now back at the 22. And Irish sideline just, I don't know what you do, though, what you say here. 10th penalty of the ball game. It's the most easily this year. So 1st down and 15, back to throw. Look at the throw, tickle over the middle. Caught by Logan Dodson. Good gain. He'll be tackled right away. About 7-8 yards out to the 30-yard line. Give him 8 yards. It'll be 2nd down. It's a good play on 1st down. You had to have that 2nd and 7.
And I think, Tanner, I think you'd agree, Sutton's really throwing the ball with more confidence and authority. I mean, he kind of looked short and then cranked up and put that thing right on Logan Dodson.
Well, he stopped. I mean, he wasn't necessarily on the move on that throw there. That's not his forte necessarily, but that was a good job of doing it. 2nd down and 7 after the gain of 8. Out to the 30, 7:05 3rd quarter. Irish down 2 scores. Handoff, dive back gets it, not much, but fighting forward is Xavier Pieper. He'll pick up about half of what was needed. 3rd down and 3. It's a physical run by the sophomore.
I think you'll come back, maybe counter, maybe ISO again. Just give yourself a manageable. I mean, obviously, Coach Dodson has shown the willingness to go for it on 4th down, and he was sharing a while ago how that mentality really has changed for him with regard to 8-man football.
3rd and 3 now from the 33-yard line. Pro set, veer left, quarterback keeper Sutton Tickle trying to the outside, slips one tackle, got a 1st down, cross midfield. Sutton Tickle still running, finally ushered out inside the 35. Well, they're going to mark it back at the 37, but it's 1st down run. We'll take that. That's going to be a run of 10 yards for Sutton Tickle. He moves the chains on 3rd down.
Well, if nothing else from this game, and there's a lot of game to go, I think the Irish have found what a weapon in the run game Sutton can really be.
10 carries, 111 yards. He's thrown for 58. What a ball game from 7. 1st down and 10 at the Tiger 36-yard line. Counter, handoff right side. It's Mason Giebler, big hitter. Mason to the far side. Mason inside the 20, dragging defenders. That was actually Xavier Pieper. You're right. Boy, when he was running, I thought, that's Mason, and then I saw 2 numbers. What a run by number 21. He ran a little bit like Mason there.
Very well blocked counter there. He was able to really get his speed up. Then he planted and cut back across the field and really made a big gain out of it.
Down to the 17-yard line. That goes for 19 yards for Xavier Pieper, maybe his longest run of the season. Handoff right side, Giebler up the middle. Giebler, big hitter inside the 10. He takes it down to the 9, gets 9 more.
This really feels like the Irish are getting a little bit of rhythm again and maybe have the Tigers more on their heels than they've been for most of the game.
Well, that play had tempo to it. They were up and running that quick. Second, this one is 2. They're down to the 9-yard line. 2nd and a long one. 5:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. Trying to get a 1st down and goal. This time they'll give it right side. Giebler up the middle. He's not saying 1st down. He's saying looking for touchdown. He's going to be down inside the 3. marked down. Irish have gone real quick on this play, and they've got 1st and goal, and the Tigers don't have an answer defensively at the 2-yard line.
And I think you're right. I think getting up there, that they've found something here with getting up there and getting out of get in your stance quickly, get out of your stance quickly, and run the ball.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line here. Under center, quarterback keeper Sutton Tickle powers his way, reaches for the goal line, short. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Boy, I thought that reach might have it, but I had no good angle by any means to. I'm not sure an official really did as well. There were a lot of bodies down there.
Boy,
2nd goal.
If you look at where the down marker is there, and from our angle, it's got to be well less than a yard.
Yeah, I'd venture to say if you had a replay, that reach might get there. Dundy County Stratton runs a player on late. 2nd and goal at the half yard. He might do the same thing again. Tickle. It'll be a dive play to the fullback Peeper. He puts the legs forward and puts in a touchdown. 2nd touchdown of the season for Xavier Peeper, the sophomore. 49 yards, a huge one in this ball game. And what a drive by the Irish. And now it's 20-12 for North Platte St. Pat's. A little bit of a decision here. First PAT was easily blocked. Do you try it again?
Right. Well, looks like they got the black tee out there.
That's an 8-play drive.
I do think you have to be aware that they could potentially fake here just because the Tigers came so strong.
Watch for Mansky. Coach Braithwaite said that on the way down. He said if you see a team obviously really coming hard, you got Ben Heirigs on the left tight end. I would not be shocked, and it is. He's looking to throw. He throws it out for Ben. It is caught. 2-point conversion. You betcha. Irish get another one, and it makes it 20-14. What a reactionary drive there by the Irish.
And I think the other thing that does for you, Tanner, is, you're that's fooled me once, right? But I think now if you come back and you're able to score again, then I think you probably have a little better chance of getting your PAT kickoff because they've got to be a little more cautious with the hard rush, which is what we saw in the first one.
20-14. Got a timeout on the field. Brought to you by Dave's Place. We're back to Binkelman with 4:49 to go in the 3rd quarter after this.
Are you thinking of selling your farm or ranch property or just need to know what it's worth for estate planning purposes? Please call me, Jordan Mawson at Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers for a free, no obligation opinion of value on your property. I have a lifetime of agricultural experience and have been helping clients buy and sell land for over 10 years. Selling land is a big and sometimes tough decision, so understanding the many factors at play in today's market will help you make a sound decision for the best possible outcome. Look me up on Facebook or on my agent profile at lashleyland.com.
Just like the athletes on the field quarter track, your heating and cooling units work hard and service on them is sometimes needed. When the air conditioning stops running cold or your furnace shuts down, call Langmeyer Heating and Cooling in North Platte for service or a new unit altogether. That's Langmeyer Heating and Cooling in North Platte, 534-5848. Sutton Tickle teased it up at the 30-yard line, kicking the wind at his back. Another high-end over-end kick that will not even be looked at. And a touchback. Tigers get it at their own 15. That was an 8-play, 53-yard drive after a turnover on downs defensively. How big is that turnover on downs? Keep in mind, Tigers got the ball. The Irish 36, went 4 plays, ended up a half-yard shy. Then the Irish go 53 yards on that drive and cash it in with a 1-yard sneak by Sutton Tickle, his 2nd rushing touchdown, 2-point conversion good, and it's a 6-point game.
I feel like the key play on that drive was the completion from Tickle to Dodson that got him back on schedule down and distance-wise because they'd gotten behind the sticks on another penalty and easy to get discouraged. They were able to bounce back and make that, I think it was about an 8-yard gain and got them right back in shape, and then they were able to just power run it.
1st and 15 to a 2nd and 7 just like that. Here comes the Tigers. Last time they started at their own 15, Ethan Latta with 65 yards. Irish certainly cognizant of that. Back to throw is Dante Horner. Screen pass. Latta's got a lot of room again. Down the sideline. Latta to midfield. Latta down to the 36-yard line. Good tackle by Brecken Collins, but Irish were sold out on the rush, and that left Latta wide open on the far side.
He's kind of lived up to billing. He's a really quality player and a hard. He accelerates so quickly. Horner put it on him where he could, run into the catch, and that's tough to defend.
That's a 30-yard completion. Horner now 7 for 9 in this game for 74 yards, 2 touchdowns. 1st and 10 to the Irish 35. This time Latta up the middle. Latta picking his way, still charging. Ben Heirig's going to bring him down at 2nd level, but that's an 8-yard gain. And Tigers getting their offensive rhythm back, 2nd and 2.
it feels like the Irish have been good more than not defensively, but in these situations when they've gotten, grabbed some momentum, they just haven't been able to maintain it. The Tigers, it feels like, have answered at every turn.
4:38 third quarter. Clock should be running, and now they're going to stop it now. But first, we're going to get a flag on the far side judge over there because, well, he threw the flag. Now we're going to get another one. What happened with the first one? He was going to give him a chance to reset, I suppose. I'm not sure exactly why. But I have not seen offsides on the offense more than once in a game before. This is the 5th time at least in this game. And I have no idea what's going on.
I'm not sure that until guys have come set completely.
Right.
Because you have receivers that run out and get on the wrong side of the ball and then back off and get lined up.
2nd and 7. It's a keeper for Latta. Drops the ball. He'll have to fall on it. That was deflected. Irish might have gotten a touch on that reaching back.
I think right when he got the ball, Sutton was able to reach out and pull his arm back, and the ball just fell directly to the turf. At first, I think Latta had a notion of picking it up and then wisely just dropped on it.
They lost one. It's 3rd down and 8, so that's, combined with the penalty, is huge. But, boy, I would need somebody smarter than me to explain some of these offsides on the offense.
Well, particularly when they come out that early in the proceedings. I guess I have to admit I'm not 100% sure how that is, but normally the team has to come set with you in the neutral zone.
3rd and 8 to the Irish 33. Horner, hard charge left, looking to throw it to the flat. Caught by Latta. Great catch. He'll tiptoe for a first down. That was a perfect throw and catch. Hard to beat. Good coverage. First down.
It was really pretty good coverage. That's a tough, a well-executed play on DCS's part.
They're going to take that down to the Irish 19-yard line, maybe 18-yard line, a 15-yard completion off the shoulder. Pieper again had good coverage. Now Latta with 5 catches for 71 yards, and it's 1st down and 10 at the Irish 18-yard line. Pistol set. This time Horner will give it. Latta slips one, falls forward right side, brought down from behind, but a good gain inside the 15 down to the 12-yard line. Brought down by Braxton Richards, got 6, 2nd and 4. Clock at 3:14, third quarter. Tigers leading 20-14. Irish desperately need a stop on this possession, and the Tigers are on the plus side of this drive.
Yeah, the Irish are shuffling some guys around defensively here a little bit. They're in a different alignment now. They've dropped back. They've got a three-man front defensively, and now it looks like Sutton Tickle's more of a free safety.
2nd and 3. Latta gets a carry off the right side. He's ankle tackled. He'll be short of the first down. He got 2. Good job by Logan Dodson, and Xavier Pieper was out there. And it'll bring 3rd down and 2.
Brecken came from his linebacker spot there and helped out as well.
13 carries, 95 yards for Latta, but when you really consider 65 of that came on one play, they've done a phenomenal job outside of the one play, and it was a big one. Here's a big 3rd down and 2 now inside the Irish 15.
The Tigers haven't really pushed the Irish around. It's been more of an issue of kind of outflanking them with movement and perimeter.
Makes this part of the field a little tougher here for the Tiger offense. 3rd down and 2. They'll receive it. They'll keep it. Horner, look at it, busted to the outside, got slowed up. Great play defensively. Xavier Pieper comes up again, but the play was made by Logan Dodson.
I think, again, either Logan picked up on that on his own or the sideline had kind of made him wise to that in big situations, Horner was going to fake on that, what I'm going to call a zone read for lack of a better way to describe it, and Logan did a great job of staying home there.
Now it's 4th down and 5. This is at the Irish 13-yard line here. They can pick up a first down at the 8. They'll put 2 to the right side. Horner in the gun by himself. Receives it, rolls right, looks to throw. Pressure coming from behind, takes off and runs. He will have the first down. Just got enough. He was getting chased by Pieper, but the Irish couldn't contain the far side. He'll pick up about 6 and set up 1st and goal. Boy, 4th downs have been big for the Tigers today.
Oh, that's disappointing because there was good coverage down the field. Xavier Pieper was coming. He'd come from his linebacker spot, burst through there, had to try to chase Horner down, and Sutton Tickle had to come out of coverage to try to make the tackle and just came up about a yard or two short there of getting him stopped.
1st and goal at the 70-yard line. Minute 24 to go in the third quarter. Tigers up 20-14 here over North Platte St. Pat's. 1st down and goal. Latta, the deep back corner in the pistol set, one split out to the far side. Been a heavy dose of 5 and 9. Once again, it is. 9 on the right side. Latta slips one, falls forward. Good ankle tackle, holding on. Gain of a couple, maybe down to the 6 and 5 yard line, somewhere around there. 2nd and goal.
Braxton Richards did a good job of making Latta keep that kind of an inside path. Because he's really been a handful when he's been able to get the edge and get people not only pursuing but over pursuing and allowing them to cut back.
You mentioned earlier, we talked about it. I think it's a little tougher this time. This part of the end zone area, or part of the field for the Tigers. It's a little tighter field, and they can't quite get spread out and get an open space. 2nd and goal from the 5 yard line here. That back behind the Irish helps him out a little bit. Horner will keep it left side. Look at the throw. Look at the throw. Still throwing. Now flag comes in. Another flag comes down. He's rolling right. He's got a wide open end. Latta in the end zone didn't see him and throws it short. We had 2 flags fly, though, in all of that. And it's a hold on the Tigers.
I think I'm going to guess maybe 2 separate holds.
Yeah.
Because they weren't, well, of course, they might not have been thrown at the same time. They might have both seen the same thing.
So this should back up the Tigers. Irish certainly are going to take the penalty.
Yeah, it looked like there was a decision, but I wouldn't think it'd be that much of a decision.
No, it'd be 3rd and goal from the 5. Instead, it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 15. But remember, the Tigers were in the same situation on 4th and goal at the 19. So,
well, I'd be conscious of Latta on that perimeter pass
from the 15. Horner back to throw, rolling left, throws over the middle. Back to Latta, who's open, catches it, he scores. He just got the fake handoff, rolled right. It's a beautiful play designed for a touchdown.
Just kind of a wheel, and just nobody went with him. You know, he's the best offensive player they have, and just got kind of lost in the shuffle there.
So a touchdown, and that's a big answer by the Tigers. A 10-play drive ends in a touchdown. A 15-yard pass to Latta was his 2nd touchdown receiving of the ball game. Now they'll go for 2. It's 26-14 with 29 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. It's a huge drive. I milked off about 4.5 minutes to answer the Irish touchdown. And Dante Horner's played a really good game at quarterback. 2 split to the far side. We're going to have a timeout by the Tigers for this 2-point conversion. 26 seconds to go.
I think the Tigers weren't sure where they wanted to line up, and I think probably Coach A's glad they took a timeout because it looked like maybe his guys weren't exactly sure how they wanted to line up.
So a 10-play drive, some big 3rd down conversions, a 4th down conversion. That feels like a drive the Irish are going to want back defensively.
Yeah, there were some chances in there to get off the field and just weren't able to do it.
Irish volleyball gets the win over Sutherland in 4 sets. Congrats to them. And here, 26 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. This timeout brought to you by Dave's Place. For the next time out of your kitchen, or the best homemade pizza and wings. Dine in, carry out, online ordering available. It is Dave's Place in North Platte. I know they got the game on tonight. Maybe head there tomorrow night. You got a Friday night open.
Yeah.
Got a Saturday with a Big Red. 3 o'clock kickoff for Rutgers.
Give me a prediction there.
Feels like it's a needed win. Huskers they need to win. That's my prediction. No, I think the Huskers get it done, but I think it's a dogfight. And why I think they can win a dogfight game at the end is blind optimism. 2-point conversion out of the timeout. Horner rolling right with open space, throws back across his body, completes it. They tried that before. He threw it short. This time he finds Breck Horner for the 2-point conversion, and that makes it 28-14.
Yeah, and Horner, probably with the exception of the 2-point conversion that he threw short before on that throwback, he's been awfully good.
26 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. 28-14. Dundy County Stratton back after this.
Fall is back and so are sports, which means you need food and a family atmosphere to enjoy them with.
You know where to go. Dave's Place.
The best pizza, cold drinks, and wings. Oh boy, do we have wings. Bone-in, boneless, with 16 different sauces, including our new dry rubs, like blue cheese, honey barbecue, and lemon pepper.
Dave's Place, your next hangout or your big game on East 4th Street in North Platte.
Also offering carry-out and DoorDash.
It's Dave's Place.
Whoop, whoop.
Are you tired of gathering that same old bull off the neighbors? Or maybe you can't even enjoy some privacy in your own backyard? You need to call Lazy TS Custom Fencing of North Platte. We offer barbed wire fencing, continuous fencing, privacy fence, chain link fence, tank setting, snow removal, and any skid loader service required. Lazy TS Custom Fencing, 308-539-9578.
Irish on the kickoff return, getting Mason Giebler the ball, he picks it up off the ground. He'll take it to the 9-yard line. I'll be honest, I was looking down, Coach. Tell me what happened on that one.
It just skidded by him, and he had to go retrieve it, and wasn't able to do that very quickly, and that allowed the pursuit to get there.
Kickoff return game has not been particularly effective for the Irish. Their field position, 15, 23, 27, 27, 27, and 9. Very, very few games in my 13 years has that been the case.
Yeah.
There's first and 10 at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, it's been rough as far as that goes.
So the Irish got to go to work now, down 2 scores. Need another drive like they had last one. 16 seconds to go in the third quarter. Might be the final play. Hand off, right side. Ball comes out. Ball was never in the hands of Giebler, and it's fumbled, and Dundy County Stratton's recovered. The second fumble of the ball game. That never got cleanly in 2's hand, and the Tigers have taken over at the Irish 13-yard line.
Yeah, just juggled it all the way. I don't know. Looked like the ball was in there. I don't know, just didn't get quite clamped down on it. And as you said, he just juggled it all the way into the hole. And of course, as soon as there was any contact, it popped loose.
So the Tigers take over. What a gift here at the Irish 13-yard line here, up 2 scores. They'll give it Latta right side, getting tackled from behind. He'll fall down at the 9. That'll end our third quarter of play here from Dundy County Stratton. Tigers leading 28-14. They're knocking on the door to start the fourth quarter when we return on Husker Radio.
If it's party time, plan your next occasion at Occasions. Right next to the lake, Occasions can host your next gathering, meeting, party, or simply a get-together. With a full kitchen and outdoor patio, plus tables and chairs, call Mike to book at 227-2602. Occasions of North Platte.
Portable, super quiet, and fuel efficient Honda EU Series generators are ideal for camping, tailgating, home backup power, and more. All feature Honda's CO Minder carbon monoxide detection system for added peace of mind. Select models include Bluetooth connectivity for wireless control with Honda's My Generator smartphone app. Go with a Honda EU Series generator. It's power you can trust.
We've got the power at Budkeep Power Sports.
Are you in need of farm or ranch management or considering a sale of your ag real estate? Turn to the professionals at HD Management. Contact Kurt Pieper, Hank Nicely, or Justin Pieper at HD Management in North Platte. Tanner Struckman, Bill O'Malley here at Benkelman, Nebraska. St. Pat's trailing 28-14. And Dundy County Stratton knocking on the door of the Irish offense, or of the end zone, as Ethan Latta goes for 100 yards on that last carry. They've got 2nd and 7 at the Irish 9-yard line after the fumble lost. Both turnovers have gone against St. Pat's. Keeper for Latta, right side. Latta picking his way. He's in. Touchdown. 9-yard run. The Irish never got a handle on him. And Dundy County Stratton puts 6 more on the board. And a fumble, 2 fumbles inside, right at the 20 and 1 at the 13 have led to two big scores for Dundy County Stratton.
Yeah, so now I think if you're the Irish, you have to regroup and just make sure you finish strong without any errors, and then you just have to see how it goes. But a little bit rattled, I think, right now.
Well, the run go for 2. Horner looking to throw over the middle to the end zone. Latta comes up with a heck of a catch. He got it. Catches it in the corner. 2-point conversion is good. That'll make it 36-14. Dundy County Stratton with the lead here early in the fourth quarter. Boy, I'll tell you what, the end of quarters have been pretty disastrous, or the start of quarters have been disastrous for St. Pat's. Tigers scored right away at the end of the start of the second quarter, 6 seconds in. They start 14 seconds in the third quarter with a touchdown, and they start the fourth quarter with a touchdown. And Irish are down 36-14 here. And you're right, it feels like a pretty big gut punch there for this Irish defense and offense.
Right, and again, I think with the score what it is now, you got to try to ignore that for the time being and just say, guys, we got to, whatever it takes, we got to put together a drive, possess the ball, try to punch one in, and then we'll see where we are time-wise and all of that afterward.
So 36-14, St. Pat's trailing Dundy County Stratton here on the road. And back deep, Ben Heirigs. And I think Sutton Tickle's back deep. He's earned himself a kick return here after his big day. Horner kicks it low, driving kick near side, it's caught. That's actually Brecken Collins, across the 15 to the 20. Collins, right side, runs into his own guy, slips through that to the 30. Collins lowers his head, gets to the 35. Good return. Best one of the ball game for the sophomore Brecken Collins, and Irish take over there. You know, one thing you have to consider, I'm not making excuses at all, but of course the Irish are playing, obviously without Jackson Nicely. They got a lot of sophomores playing out there.
Yeah,
which we're going to be from the get-go of the season. That's just the makeup of this team, but they've gotten forced into playing more and more. And it's a young team out there right now. From the 35, Tickle's got him set. He'll run for your left quarterback keeper right up the middle, across midfield. And Tickle's found something on the ground. Certainly something Arapahoe's going to look at over the next 2 weeks before they come to Knights of Columbus Field, because Sutton Tickles rushed for 122 yards. His previous career high was 55 on the ground.
Yeah, and he's really done a good job of getting right in behind his back on that veer follow.
11:20 to go in the fourth quarter. St. Pat's trailing again 36-14 here. It has been a second half of a really hodgepodge offense. Here's a sweep right. Mason Giebler, first down as he goes out of bounds. He'll move the chains for the Irish offense. And they will give him the ball down to the 32-yard line here. It's a gain of 3 for Mason Giebler. It's been 11 carries, 52 yards for the I-back here today.
DCS has really done a good job of stringing things out to the sideline. The Irish have had better luck inside run and counter, but you have to keep testing that edge.
Down to the 32, play action, looking to throw, looking for Dodson deep. He's covered well, and that ball is going to be intercepted. Ethan Latta, he's an INT machine. He's got it at the 20-yard line. Cuts back across the grain, now goes back to the sideline, cuts back up to the 24-yard line. And for Ethan Latta, it's his 4th INT defensively of the year and his 23rd of his career.
That's an amazing number. And there, I think Sutton, to tell you, probably kind of tried to force it in there, but that's what happens, I think, when your mentality gives into the margin in the game. You think, well, we got to make something happen, and probably better off just to pull that down and try to run for it.
Tigers take over at their own 24, 3rd turnover of the ball game. Irish were +7 on turnover margin all year. Here's Latta up the middle, this time spun down, and another flag comes in late. This might be on the tackle.
Maybe.
Man.
Nope,
you're right. And, I mean, Irish fans certainly have their argument of 10 penalties, but the Tigers have 9. I mean, this has just been an ugly ball game.
Yeah, it's been a real flag fest, that's for sure.
So 9 penalties, 68 yards for the Tigers. That'll back them up to a first down and 20. 10:25 to go in the ball game. They'll certainly work the clock here. Tigers will be hosting Alma next week, and then they'll wrap up their regular season. And boy, they've got to be thinking, we hope we get to host Alma. Alma first didn't play against St. Pat's, assuming they're going to play tomorrow against Arapahoe, but they already don't have the Southern Valley game at the end of the year. Here's a 1st and 20 run, and nothing doing. Irish right there. They've done, boy, about, I'd say 75% of the time against Ethan Latta, they've been phenomenal. Maybe even more than that.
I completely agree, but that's the thing with kind of an elite athlete like that. It almost wears you out mentally. I mean, you're so focused, and then they do something where they change it up a little bit. Horner on the keep, and then they come back to him, and they do a good. They're very creative with how they get him the ball, and so it really does just constantly put pressure on you as a defense.
Gate of 1, 2nd and 19. Latta will be on the left hip of the quarterback in the gun, Dante Horner. 9:20 in the ball game to go. Horner receives it. He rolls right. Horner looking, throws it now. He's got Latta open. He catches it at midfield. Latta, 35, 30. He's gone. Touchdown, Dundy County Stratton. Ethan Latta gets another one. And Latta running free here for the Tigers.
And they're really a well-placed ball by Horner. They're just able to toss it over to the top, and then he makes the great play. Juggled it just a little bit and catch it really clean, but had enough room to secure the ball and then use the good speed.
Latta's got his 3rd receiving touchdown of the ball game. He's got 5 touchdowns in the game. It's 42-14, and boy, as good as he's played, Dante Horner has played, without a doubt, the best game of his career. He's in the gun by himself on the 2-point conversion. He'll throw quickly. It's incomplete. And the 2-point conversion, no good, but the score remains 42-14. 9:03 to go in the ball game. We'll come back to Bankerman after this on Husker Radio.
Sleep happy at the newly renovated Hampton by Hilton North Platte. We go the extra mile to give you an exceptional stay with amenities designed for you, including 55-inch TVs with streaming capabilities, hot breakfast buffet featuring Hampton waffles, indoor pool, and newly designed fitness center. When life is go, 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 it matters where you stay. Choose the Hampton by Hilton North Platte, conveniently located just off I-80 at exit 177.
.9:03 to go here in the 4th quarter. It's 42-14. If you went away for a few minutes, the Irish scored on a 1-yard touchdown run by Sutton Tickle to make it 20-14 with 4:49 to go in the 3rd quarter. And since then, touchdown, fumble lost on the first play, touchdown, interception on the 3rd play, touchdown. And this game is blown wide open by Ethan Latta.
Yeah, it felt like the Irish were in a pretty good spot there when they got the fake PAT 2-pointer and just took a definite downturn after that.
Here's a short kick. It's picked up by Brecken Collins at the 15, across the 20. Collins to the 25, running hard. Collins won't be denied a yard. He'll get to the 29-yard line, and St. Pat's will take over there with 9:03. Clock didn't run on that play for what it's worth. Certainly ran in the first half.
I think they're having some trouble with it catching up. I think the board and the board aren't communicating. I wouldn't be shocked to see it jump ahead here, but maybe it didn't start. Because I think that's what happened just prior to half.
You're just being kind.
No,
I'm kidding. At the 29, Irish take over. 42-14, trailing here. And Tickle will give it to his fullback. Up the middle, it's Pieper fighting for yards, cuts up middle of the field. Xavier Pieper still running. It's a 13-yard run. Boy, 21. Tell you what, way him and Sutton have ran today. Those two have been fantastic.
Yeah, there's been no shortage of good offensive plays for the Irish. It's just the ability to string them together, and then, of course, the turnovers that have been really damaging here in the last 6 or 7 minutes of game time.
Moves it down to the 36-yard line. It's a run of 15 yards for Xavier Pieper and a first down. He's got 67 yards. Handoff Brecken Collins, first carry for him. Hit right away, but he's able to pick up 3 or 4. That's unfortunate because for the most of this game, Irish have been able to run the ball really effectively.
Yeah.
Just now at this point, you're playing way too far behind for it to make a huge difference.
But I just maintain. I think you got to keep doing what you do well, and you try to make it all up at once or make big plays. You end up making errors.
2nd down and 5 after the gain of 5 for Collins. Quarterback boot right side for Sutton Tickle. He's over 100 yards on the ground. He continues to run hard. Fights through 2 tackles. Picks up a couple when there wasn't much there. Bailey brings him down. 3rd down and 2. And I do have to apologize to those that were watching. The score still said 20-14 until I just changed it. So
I just hanging on to it for everything we're worth.
I took about 7 minutes of game time off on that duty.
Well, in your defense, you're doing about 10 things, and I'm doing 1 and not doing a real good job. I missed a few long plays.
3rd and 2 from the 29. Collins first down run right side. Brecken will move the sticks, gets thrown back, but he does move the chains. Got 4 yards. Brecken runs straight forward and hard.
He does. He gets up into the hole very quickly.
Well, first down, St. Pat's. They have, by the way, 17 first downs. I mean, that's a number that's pretty high. That's their average this year. And
it's hard to get 17 first downs and have 2 scores.
In an 8-man game, it is hard to do that. 1st and 10 down to the Tiger. We'll call it the 24-yard line here. 7:08 to go in this ball game here from Benkelman. It'll be a quarterback keeper for Tickle. Comes to the left side. He is ankle tackled after a short gain. Yard or two. Bybee on the stop. Tickle now 14 carries, 126 yards in the ball game.
Yeah, again, I do think if you're looking for positives here, as the score's not what you'd like it to be, but I think that's definitely a plus. They had not had to or had not utilized Sutton the way he's been used tonight, and he's been very equal to the test.
2nd and 9, handoff, fullback gets it. Drag of the deep back, that's Brecken Collins on the carry. And Brecken will pick up about 6 more, 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, really did a good job of hitting it up in there quickly.
His 3rd carry, 16 yards on the ground for Collins, the sophomore. Another sophomore for this Irish offense. 3rd down and 2. Iron ball at the Tigers 17. It'll be veer left. Fullback run, 1st down run, Xavier Pieper. He moves the chain, still going hard. They'll whistle it dead finally before he's tackled. It'll be 1st and goal.
Really
gain
good
about
job.
10 yards.
Really good job. And again, I think you're trying to establish some positive things. This is going to be kind of a bird to have to sit on for a couple weeks, but I think you have to do some things here late in the game that you can really build on.
Well, you got to keep in mind, this is a game Irish haven't played in a long time in the regular season. Quarterback keeper Sutton Tickle will have his 3rd rushing touchdown of the ball game. He takes that in from 7 yards out. Sutton Tickle's played a whale of a ball game, but back to my thought that this is a game Irish haven't played a game like this outside of the Highline game really in the last 3 years in the regular season. So a tough loss, but one that doesn't end your season every other time in this situation, season's over.
This feels like digging up bones a little bit, but you've referred to that St. Cecilia game in Hastings a few years ago as we watched the PAT.
Tickle he gets that one up. Sutton drives that through the air, and it will be 42-21.
But to finish the thought, that game had some similarities to this. It felt like in so many ways that the Irish played okay, but they had critical turnovers, very much like today, and it's hard to figure for that. I mean, that's just huge when you turn the ball over 3 times against a really good team. It just makes it pretty tough to stay in there.
Well, and this is a game that the post-game stats will show it out. I don't have them in front of me, but Irish are going to have more yards than the Tigers here today, without a doubt, and yet the score is 42-21. Doesn't tell everything. Those turnovers are huge.
Right, and resulted in short fields and all of that kind of thing, yeah.
So St. Pat's gets 7 on the board, 42-21. 8-play drive, 51 yards. Sutton Tickle gets his 3rd rushing touchdown of the ball game. He has been fantastic here today. Excuse me, I believe 2nd. Did he have the first one? No, he did have all 3. I just didn't give him the one. Irish maybe going onside here?
I would think you might do it just to practice it.
And they will. It's going to go right into the hands of a Tiger, and they'll take over at the 39. Covered up on that far side. Just bounced right into, I think, Horner's hand.
Yeah, but again, I think you don't get that many opportunities to try that, and now Coach Braithwaite has, we had an opportunity there, and you can look at maybe what you do differently going forward, and that will play well for them.
Tigers take over now at their own 39-yard line here, and they'll give it left side. Ethan Latta looking for more, and picks up a couple yards before he's brought down. Gain of about 3. Latta on the ground running, 18 carries, 113 yards, but he has 152 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns.
And the thing with a guy like that is, a number of fairly modest gains and then sprinkled in there some huge plays, and that's what guys like that are capable of doing.
They take it down to the Irish 38, 5 minutes to go here in this ball game. Tigers leading 42-21. They will again have Alma, and then that'll wrap up their regular season as Southern Valley's forfeited, so they won't get that game. They'll keep it right side to Latta, to the outside edge. Latta looking for more, bust it to the 25, brought down there in open space. Good tackle. It's a gain of 13 in open space by Sutton Tickle, but it picks up again about 13 more and a first down. Clock ticks at 4:37 to go in this one. And the Irish again have 2 weeks. And a Thursday night in 2 weeks with Arapahoe coming to town. And they presumably will be undefeated. They've got Alma, I know, tomorrow, and I'm not sure who they have next week, but here's a handoff. Latta, right side, right line of scrimmage, knocked down. Braxton Richards on the stop, along with Xavier Pieper, who's made a bunch of plays today. 2nd and 10.
Good play there by Logan Dotson. Didn't end up being Horner with the ball, but he did a good job of containing him, and then that allows the rest of your guys to really pursue Latta on the give.
3:49 to go in this ball game. Again, volleyball for St. Pat's beats Sutherland in 4 sets tonight. Latta now the quarterback back there in Wildcat formation as Horner split out to the far side on 2nd down and 10. I wonder what this will be. This time, quarterkeeper himself off the right side. Latta goes down. He'll slip down. Irish had that contained pretty well. But with Latta, it seems like you get him to one side and you've kind of got him contained, but he looks for that cutback a whole lot.
I think everybody's leaned forward in their seat a little bit when he has it.
So now 3:12 to go. It'll be 3rd down and 10 at the Irish 25-yard line here for Dundy County Stratton.
Peyton Kramer made a nice play there. He drove the tight end back into the backfield a little bit and made Latta take a little different route and allowed his teammates to come up and make the play.
So 3rd down and 10. Tigers with Latta in the backfield himself. He'll run it off the right side once again. Latta going to fall forward to the 20. Flag comes in again. Why wouldn't we have another one of those flying? We're going on 20-plus penalties here in this ball game. And I think this one
block in the back.
A block in the back on Dundy County Stratton. Would have been a 4th down and 5 at the 20, or 4th down and 4 at the 19. Instead, it's going to be 3rd down and longer. Tigers will match St. Pat's with their 10th penalty. They do feel like, though, the Irishes were more impactful timing-wise.
Yeah, the sequence there right before half, the yardage cost the Irish some, but the time, I mean, because there were 2 or 3 plays in there where the clock started and 3 or 4 seconds ran off and then it got blown dead, and then you're starting with with a running clock again.
Coach Spargo working the clock here. He might burn a timeout here with 2:23 to go. He's got 3rd down and 15, and he will take one. Well, now we have an official's timeout. I don't think they got it marked right. Well, maybe they did. Why did we get an official's timeout
I
there?
think they just turned it a quarter turn. I'm not for sure what's going on.
Well, sure, I guess you got to get it right for the center. I don't know. That was an odd sequence there because he ran all the play clock down, without a doubt. So now 3rd down and 15 from the 30-yard line here. Hard count. Irish entire D-line jumped, and they were not induced this time. So it'll be 3rd and 10.
I'm not sure a good portion of the play clock had
That's what I'm saying.
Been run off, and then they had a timeout, and then they got a new play clock and ran.
You're probably looking at 40 seconds that ran off on that sequence at least. And now with 1:50 to go, clock running, 3rd down and 10. 42-21. Again, Tigers with the lead here, a 3rd down and 10 at the Irish 25-yard line. It'll be Latta back there by himself. Probably going to get his 22nd carry of the ball game. He'll wait, though, for the back judge with 90 seconds to go. Hard count. Somebody jumped, and it was the Tiger. Well, the Irish had the edge on 11 penalties to 10. Tigers are going to match them with their 11th penalty. There's a lot of yardage in this game on offenses for both sides. There's about 163 penalty yards as well. So 3rd down and 15, I guess, if anything, we're going to milk off the rest of the clock with penalties. Be a fitting way to end this game, wouldn't it?
I don't think we shouldn't get a clock start there. You can't get 2 play clocks out of an offensive penalty.
I mean, you could argue we're going on 3. I mean, they've not ran a play for like 2 minutes or a minute and 20 seconds of game time for what it's worth. Snap back, it's going to be a handoff to Latta, broken play. Latta's going to go down, no gain. But I'm telling you, the last time they ran a play was probably 2 minutes and 20-some seconds.
Right. Now, I understand that when it started with the running clock and the penalty was defensive. Then you're going to run the clock again because the defense can't benefit from stopping the clock. But offensively.
Right.
Yeah.
Beating a dead horse, I suppose, at this point. 4th down and long.
I don't think it's critical in the outcome.
I definitely do
but
not.
It's a very unusual situation.
Well, it milked off a lot of this game. 30 seconds to go. Tigers can basically, I think they're going to burn a timeout here to run their final play or take a penalty or race out there. But they're going to milk off the rest of this. And they will take a timeout with 16 seconds to go. And the Irish are going to have to regroup. And they'll have 2 weeks to get ready for what is a really good Arapahoe team who just beat this team last week. And just watching some of them on film, it's a big team. They've got a really good running back just as much as Ethan Latta. Will Case, he's had a phenomenal year. And that's a good Arapahoe team.
It is
coming tonight's at Columbus.
It is, and I think that's a pivotal win that they got a week ago against this Tiger program because, you know, the DCS has kind of ruled the area along with Hitchcock County here in southwest Nebraska, and for Arapahoe to beat them, I mean that can be a program changing type of a win for them, and certainly confidence-wise they've got to be riding high.
Tigers bring out what looks like to be their punt team here. It'll be Blaine Aldridge to do the duties for Dundy County Stratton. Irish have nobody back deep as they're punting from the 30-yard line with 16 seconds to go in this one. Aldridge receives a low snap. He'll punt it. It will bounce into the end zone for a touchback, and St. Pat's will take over with 11 seconds to go in this ball game. And we will wrap this one up. We'll have a post game and a chat with Coach, and then we'll take a couple weeks off from the football broadcast as the Irish, again, no game next Friday, so don't wait for us to come to you from Oxford because we will not be there. Been a while, but we've been there before as well. That was an opponent back in the 11-man days.
Right, that's exactly right. And I think in a playoff game when you're...
You're right, yep. We played them twice maybe in that one year. So Tickle looks like he's going to go maybe just in the knee formation here to end this ball game, and he will. He'll hurt his stats a little bit with that one, but he's going to finish with a career high, and St. Pat's is going to fall here on the road to the Dundy County Stratton Tigers. 42-21, your final. Will begin our quick stop postgame show from Bakelman right after a timeout on Husker Radio.
Save the date, mark your calendar, and join us October 26th for a night of fun and fundraising at Green. Dinner, drinks, games, prizes, auctions, spirit wagons, and entertainment, all in support of the North Platte Catholic Schools. Grab your friends and fill a table. It's a night you don't want to miss. Watch your mail for the invite, find the details on Facebook, or call 534-5939 for tickets. Proceeds benefit Little Leprechaun, McDade, and St. Pat's.
When it comes time to honor the life of your loved one, it's all about the relationship. Adams and Swanson Funeral Home will help you celebrate that bond with assisting you and your family with all services, ceremonies, grief support, and pre-planning. Learn more by visiting adamswanson.com or by calling 532-2044.
Putting your family first.
At Phelps Family Dentistry, we always go the extra mile for our patients. Whether it's helping them conquer their dental anxiety or helping them achieve the smile they've always dreamed of, our team strives to make sure every patient feels like family. Call 534-4040 to schedule your appointment or visit us on the web at phelpsdds.com. We would like to also wish St. Pat's Irish good luck this sports season.
Putting your family first.
CT Computer Services in North Platte is your one-stop computer shop, offering PC and Mac repair, in-shop, on-site, and remote services available for your home or business. And they also offer PC sales and service of major brands like Dell, new and refurbished units in stock, and even custom-built PCs. Prices for every budget starting at less than $300. CT Computer Services at Phillips and Willow in North Platte. Call 534-3628. CT Computer Services, your IT guys.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, And full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters. And the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Ollie, you need to clean up your fishing and hunting gear. It's everywhere.
I'm out of room. I don't have anywhere to put it.
Get some storage at Another Storage. They have sizes for everything.
I already have some there.
Well, get another. Another Storage, 532-1332.
Welcome back on Husker Radio's KODY 1240 AM 106.1 FM. A final here. Irish fall 42-21 on the road at Dundy County Stratton. And St. Pat's drops to 5-1 on the year. Tigers improve on the season to 5-1. Postgame brought to you by Quick Stop, just around every corner. Fast, easy, and convenient with 6 locations throughout North Platte. Also locations in Ogallala, Hershey, Grant, and Imperial. On the road everywhere, it is Quick Stop. Tanner Struckman, Bill O'Malley. Coach, obviously a tough loss for the Irish. I thought, ultimately, in some ways, played a pretty darn good game. 3 turnovers, pretty huge, and just unable to. You mentioned it multiple times that they were able to throw a punch, but they weren't able to put back-to-back punches together on an offensive and defensive sequence at maybe any point in this game.
Anytime that the Irish seemed to gain a little momentum, the Tigers were able to just steal it back almost immediately, and I think you hit on one of the big factors, I would say, I guess, and probably obviously so, that the 3 turnovers were huge, and the difficulty that the Irish had in corralling Latta in the open field. I mean, at the line of scrimmage, direct gives and things like that, they did a pretty good job. They pursued and collapsed on him, but when he was able to get the ball in space at all, he made it really hard on St. Patrick's.
Irish again fall 42-21, 20-14 with the 4:49 mark of the second quarter. Tigers score on 3 straight plays. Irish in that span ran 4 offensive plays, and they ended up with a fumble lost and an interception. So that was 5 drives that basically went 100% the wrong way if you're an Irish fan.
It happened so quickly. In
7 minutes, yeah.
I think probably all of us who are pulling for the Irish felt like when they executed the 2-point conversion, it felt like we're in pretty good shape.
Right.
We've moved the ball pretty consistently, and then it just turned around very quickly.
A lot to unpack. Coach Dodson's going to make it up here as the Irish fall again 42-21. Ugly game in a lot of ways, too. 11 penalties, 3 turnovers. Dundy County Stratton didn't have any. It had a lot of penalties, but no turnovers. That's obviously huge. But it was from the get-go. I mean, the penalties started and didn't go away at any point in this game.
And a game doesn't really develop any flow in that situation either. And I think to some degree, if you're a big play team, maybe like they were tonight, maybe that's not as big of a deal as when you're trying to develop some rhythm.
Coach Dodson's up here. Bill O'Malley, thanks for the time. Appreciate your job on the camera tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate it. He did a phenomenal job here tonight. As the Irish fall 42-21. Well, Coach, obviously a tough loss. I mean, gosh, this feels like a game that at halftime even, we talked about it. I thought you were the better team. You're down 20-14. Felt really good at that point, even though you're trailing by 6. But Coach and I talked a lot about, felt like you couldn't get a score and get a stop.
Yeah, right. And I thought we left 2 touchdowns out on the field in that first half, and so, things might be a little different there if we're able to execute. But, part of that is, their kids, I thought, were making big plays. And, we just weren't able to click on that tonight. And, I agree with you. I thought in that first half we played pretty good football. Second half, I thought big plays were kind of indicative of how that second half went. And, part of that was turnovers on our end and just undisciplined football. We saw a lot of penalties tonight. We saw a lot of, you've been around Irish football enough. If all of a sudden we're 1st and 20 instead of second and 6 or 2nd and 5, then that puts us behind system, and we kind of struggled with that there in the second half.
Can you give us any explanation on the offensive offsides? Because that I've never seen that called more than a couple times in a game in my life.
Yeah.
You can just say no.
I guess I don't want to comment on that. It was frustrating. Yeah, certainly a frustrating part of the game. But as I told our kids, you got to be able to adjust to that. And stop making the same mistakes.
St. Pat's Falls 42-21. There are certainly some bright spots, and I know Coach Braithwaite and I were talking about this. This is a big game in the regular season. We haven't had a lot of, big games in the regular season that if you lose, your season's not over. You've had big games.
Right.
It's ended your season. That's not the case here today. There's still, I'd say a lot of football, but, you only got one in the regular season now with next week no game. But still, you got 2 weeks and then a monster game, and then, you're hoping for a good playoff run.
Right, absolutely. And, that's what I told the boys after the game. We're going to watch film, and oftentimes after a loss, you look at it and you think, well, hey, if this happened or that happened, we would have been okay. And I think we're going to see that on film. I think we're going to see that we played pretty hard. I think we're going to see that we might have been out of position a lot. And then, hey, let's just be honest. When number 9 got in the open field, we didn't have anyone that could match number 9.
Yeah.
And he was certainly a difference maker for them.
Bright spots, though. Way Sutton Tickle ran. I mean, my goodness, 132 yards. I thought he was physical. He was strong. And I thought he was outstanding today. He threw for 58 and ran for 132.
Yeah, and that's one of those deals coming in. We thought we try to get him the ball a little bit more, and he's just a strong runner. And you notice that on those veer loads, he'd cut that upfield and did a pretty good job on that play for us. And so getting him the ball and letting him run a little bit more is something that we want to try to get that part a little bit more solidified in our offense.
And I thought it became contagious. I mean, Xavier runs hard, but he ran harder tonight. And I think, you see one guy do it, I want to do that.
Yeah, and that's what, we didn't know if we were hitting the hole real hard there in that first half. We were inconsistent, let me put it that way.
Sure.
And so we wanted to be a little more consistent as far as getting to the line of scrimmage and being able to hit that hole a little bit harder and faster.
All right, no game next week, so you get 2 weeks of practice time. And I mean, you're going to need it because you got an Arapahoe team that just beat this team that's coming tonight at Columbus Field. But, again, another great opportunity, a game that doesn't end your season more than likely. So, monster opportunity. Obviously, you got to get healed up. That was a pretty physical game, and, you were obviously pretty banged up going into it. So, I'm sure you're going to take some time and make sure everybody gets healthy. But 2 weeks to prepare for a monster game. And, you feel like you win that game and you probably almost forget about this game. I mean, what an opportunity to come back and go win a big one.
Yeah, absolutely. And, these are these 2 games that we're in our season with. We've told the boys these are games that are going to make us a better football team. And if we can get into the postseason, that's going to help us then, too. And so, we know that. Arapahoe is a very solid team. And as you said, they beat this team last week. And so, really different style of football that we're going to see between the 2 teams, but hopefully, and you saw it. We got a lot of young kids running around on the field, and they're only going to get better. And so hopefully, they learn from this experience, they take it, and they grow from it, and we can go out and compete here in about 2 weeks.
Thanks for the time. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right. Thanks, Tanner.
Coach Dotson with us on the postgame as Irish fall 42-21. Let's get your postgame numbers brought to you by Condon Signs, North Platte's only locally owned full-service sign company. Condon Signs, creating custom monument signs, pylon signs, commercial awnings, and they'll service your existing sign quality knowledge since 1991. Visit them on the corner of 8th and Viner at condonsigns.com. Unofficially, they weren't bad for North Platte St. Pat's. They certainly weren't bad for the Irish in this ball game. They go for 342 total yards, 284 on the ground, 58 through the air. Individually, Mason Gieber, 12 carries, 59 yards. 13 carries, 77 yards for Xavier Pieper and a touchdown. 15 for Sutton Tickle, 132 and 3 touchdowns in this ball game. Actually, Xavier didn't score. It was all Sutton Tickle, I believe, on the 3 scores. Sick Tickle through the air. No, Xavier did score. Excuse me. I think I wrote it down on in my board. So Sutton finishing with 2 touchdowns, but Xavier definitely had a touchdown in this ball game. Sutton 5 of 8 through the air, 58 yards. Did have an INT. Couple completions to Mason Giebler, 2 to Dodson, and 1 to Trey Formansky. 3 turnovers, 18 first downs, but 11 penalties for 80 yards for the Irish in this ball game. Irish again fall 342 total yards overall in this one. Dundy County Stratton, meanwhile, 377, 207 on the ground, 170 through the air. Latta, 22 carries, 126 yards and a couple scores on the ground. 8 carries, 61 yards for Dante Horner. He was 10 for 12 for 170 yards and 4 passing touchdowns. 1 to August Shaw, 3 to Ethan Latta. Latta goes for unofficially 126 rush yards, 152 through on the receiving end. 13 first downs, no turnovers for the Tigers. That was big. They had 11 penalties as well. It was a penalty fest through and through. Those are your post-game numbers brought to you by Condon Signs of North Platte. I don't have the Pathology Services play of the game because I don't have a recording because I didn't have quite the setup that I did here today, so apologies for that. And I'm not sure I even know what I would choose at this point. But, you know, there was some pretty good play. I thought Sutton Tickle ran really hard. He would have had it for sure. Time now for your Allo Fiber player of the game. Allo Communications is taking tech to the next level with products and services that provide its fiber fans with an all-star experience. If you're ready to up your internet game, go to allocommunications.com and get Allo today. I'm going to go as my stat sheet flies, and a nice gentleman grabs it for me. The wind's blowing all night. Sutton Tickle, 132 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. He also threw 5 of 8 for 58 yards. That's easily a career high day for him. So Sutton Tickle gets our Allo Fiber player of the game. That is going to wrap it up tonight from Dundy County Stratton High. My thanks to Bill O'Malley for doing a fantastic job here tonight. He was video producing a lot of this, so appreciate him. Again, your final 42-21 Irish fall here. Again, 2 weeks, no games next week for me. Volleyball, got a schedule that I can't do a game next week, so I believe next will be at Ogallala on Tuesday, not next week, but the week after. And then football, in 2 weeks, they will host Arapahoe. We'll have that one for you as well. I'm Tanner Struckman saying so long from Pinkham, Nebraska. Again, your final 42-21 Irish fall on Husker Radio.
This has been coverage of North Platte St. Patrick's Athletics on 1240 AM, 1061 FM, KODY. For a copy of today's game, contact the station at 308-532-3344. And for a full list of upcoming broadcasts, go to huskerradio.com. This has been a Husker Radio production.